I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speak in the God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos.
Yo, so the thing with running a joint, man, is sometimes you're gonna have technical difficulties, and I'm having some right now, so I apologize. Right, I apologize, man. I'm not for sure what's going on. Having some type of tech issues. Can y'all hear me pretty good? Can y'all hear me? All right. So we lost to Denver. So what? So what? We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Okay. So we have a game in Phoenix Friday night. This loss stings a little bit, but it doesn't hurt. Okay. This loss stings a little bit, but it doesn't hurt. I know that doesn't seem to make sense, but I'm saying it stings some, but it's not gonna hurt us in the long run. I still feel good about the team. Still feel good about us making a run in the playoffs. Hey, can y'all hear me pretty good? Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Because this thing is I'm about to put some earbuds in. Thank you, babe. Yep. All right, let me put some earbuds in real quick. Maybe that'll fix things. Hold on, y'all bear with me. All right, how about now? Am I good to go now? Am I good? Am I good to go now? I hope so, because I got a lot to talk about with y'all, man, and I'm hoping that I can get some feedback from y'all. So we lost to Denver. I kind of knew something was going on when the referees blew the whistle 4 times within the first minute. RJ Barrett got 2 quick fouls. Nerlens Noel offensive foul called on him for Denver. So I kind of knew something was going on with the referees tonight. They wasn't that set of referees wasn't really feeling the physicality. I knew something. Had a feeling something was going on, right? Hey, there he is. What's up, brother?
What's good, Freezy? What's good with you?
Hey, man. I knew tonight was not going to be one of our nights because the referees called blew the whistle 4 times within the first minute.
30. No, it wasn't a minute. It was for the first 30 seconds. 30
Right.
seconds. Imagine that.
Right. So I knew they wasn't going to let us play our game. As soon as I saw that, I kind of knew it wasn't going to be our night. You know what I mean? I mean, they just. I'm not blaming the refs because the team should have adjusted, but it's one of those deals where I kind of knew. The referees were like, "Yo, we not having that mess tonight." So
that's fact. That's fact. And I think a part of the reason when that happens, right? Think about and we talked about this before. The New York Knicks style of basketball that we play right now is a physical game, right? So
right.
if the refs are going to start calling these touchy-feely fouls, then that tells you automatically you're not going to you're not going to be allowed to play your style of basketball. You have to figure something else out.
Right. Right. I kind of knew that. As soon as I saw the starting lineup for the Denver Nuggets, I was like, "Yep, they putting that soft lineup out there. They're gonna be crying to the refs before the game starts." Because they started Michael Porter Jr. at the 2, right?
There you go. Mismatch.
Right. They started Michael Porter Jr. at the 2. They started Aaron Gordon at the 3, Paul Millsap at the 4, Jokic at the 5, and Campuzzo at point. So I kind of knew they were not the referees. I kind of knew we were gonna be on notice, bro.
Yep, that's a fact. And shout out to the Nuggets coach, and we just talked about this on Sim Show. Shout out to the Nuggets coach because he was smart enough to put a situation in there that forced us into a mismatch situation to see how we would react, and we didn't do well at all, not even almost.
Right. Kind of saw that from the starting lineup, man. And I know they were doing it out of necessity because they had so many injuries, but I still didn't expect us to not be able to impose our will on the Denver Nuggets, even though they're just as hot as we are.
Yep.
But things are what they are. It's one loss. It's not pack everything up and go home.
Right.
It's we're 3-1, I think, or 2-1 on this road trip. So on to Phoenix.
Yeah, and that's what I say, right? I take this as, again, I look at this game kind of in the same way that I looked at the Phoenix game, the Phoenix loss that we had. That was one of those come back down to earth. Hey, listen, we are human. Hoodie Kev, salute.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
thanks to Uncle Freezy. I'm out of $4.99. Thanks a lot, Uncle Freezy.
Man, $5, bro? Really?
Yeah.
I'll send you $5, man.
I couldn't change it last night. It was too late. So I had to spend an extra $4.99.
Because hotels suck, bro. Hotels suck, bro.
Whoa.
Hotels suck, bro. They give you trash service so that you can upgrade all the time, all over the place.
Let's not talk about my livelihood.
They don't put water in your room, right? And then so you like, yo, I gotta
go downstairs and pay $2 for it.
Listen, how many times do I have to tell you, if you are a member, you get water for free? All you got to do is just be a member.
They only give you 2 bottles.
Yeah. How much water do you need?
I need more than 2 bottles.
Right,
what?
Bro. We're humans. We're humans,
you know how much
bro.
Water,
we need more than 2 bottles of water.
How much water should you consume on a daily basis?
I can't afford to give you 2 bottles of water all the time. Now y'all complaining. Now when y'all complaining and all y'all want discounts in the first place.
No,
I definitely can afford it then.
I don't need a discount. I just need fair pricing. How about that?
$2 for a 50-cent bottle of water. Stop playing with me right now.
Right.
You treat me like I'm at the airport.
And if you drink the water that's in the room, it's $5.
That's right. And it's gonna get added to your bill, and then that bill is gonna get taxed. So you're paying more than $5.
Let me ask you, where in the world you seen 50-cent bottles of water at? I wouldn't trust that water.
Walmart.
In the first place. Walmart don't sell no 50-cent bottles of water.
Do the math. Do the math. How much is a case of water, Kev?
I don't buy cases of water.
How do you buy your water?
What? Oh, you drink Fanta. You know this dude drink Fanta, right?
That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's up, Dominic? What's up, Robin? What's good? Rob, you looking good, bro. Look at Rob.
Rob got his exec look on.
Good.
He got his exec
look. Yeah, man, I just looking good, but still got the same hat on,
Yeah, representing.
My hometown team, man. You already know.
Yeah, man.
Deadhead Kev said, "You only need 1 bottle of water. Stop being greedy, G man. Save the water for the fishes."
Everyone in the chat also. I don't know. Listen, we all know that the shout outs aren't my thing. I'm not as hyped as other people are when it comes to doing the shout outs. But I always show much love to everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Is that your attempt at a shout out, Kev?
No.
Is that what that was?
The people, listen, I am the people's champ.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Okay.
Let me
love the people.
The
people who made Hoodie Kev. The people like, Real King. Shout out to you. Yo Elvis. All those folks who, who
Yo, our guy Sim is in the chat. What's good? Sam Russell, what's good? Nothing but Knicks is in the chat.
Oh wow, we're very honored to have
Sam.
Shout out to him, man.
I feel like I gotta have my A game on for some reason.
Yeah, man. Make sure
Which
you
means
have
I gotta
your A
go
game on.
I got to go eat G-Man up tonight. So I mean.
Oh, you don't want this smoke, not tonight. And we just lost. This is not what you want.
I had to talk to my agent, Rob the Nick, who is a super agent for Hoodie Kev.
Mm-hmm. And he got the Asian look going on tonight too.
He does look like World Wide West tonight. So I have to. He gave me some advice. I'm going to give to that advice tonight.
Okay. Well, that's that. Well, let me mark. With my pen and paper. Let me mark this down. That Hoodie Kev actually took advice from someone and admitted it publicly.
Listen, I wouldn't be Real King. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't take advice from the Uncle Freezies and the Rob the Nicks and the Stephen Foxes, who have really, paved the way for me to put on the show that I put on for everybody today. They say I make mistakes along the way, but I'm only human.
Yeah. As long as you learn from them and you don't make them over and over again, you'll be all right.
Yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Obviously, very upsetting loss tonight.
Yeah.
Denver came out the gate.
Upsetting?
No, let me rephrase that. Jokic came out the gate and showed why he should be MVP.
The referees blew the whistle 4 times in the first 37 seconds.
I don't think the referees had anything to do with Jokic playing the way that.
Me neither.
Come on, dog.
Nah.
The referees
Freezy, don't look for an excuse. Freezy, sometimes you got to take them the way we get them.
RJ Barrett getting a quick foul, 2 fouls, had absolutely no idea with Jokic eating up Nerlens Noel. Had nothing to do with Jokic eating up Nerlens Noel. RJ Barrett getting 2 fouls had nothing to do with Jokic eating up Noel.
You said that, and it sounded dumb the first time. What I'm telling
How
you
does that sound?
the referee.
So RJ Barrett was out there guarding. Was RJ Barrett going to switch and guard on Jokic? Is that what we talking about?
Right. So what you just said is even dumber than what you said the first time. What I said was the referees blew the whistles 4 times within the first 37 seconds, and you immediately said that had nothing to do with Jokic. I said nothing about Jokic, but what you just did was infuse Jokic into a point that I didn't even mention.
You
Jokic.
infused the referees into my take. I started the statement off by saying Jokic came out and showed why he's the MVP. You said, well, the referees blew the call 4 times in 37 seconds.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Let's go back. I started this statement off by saying
we did not know. We
Jokic
not going
came
back.
out on fire.
You just said
you didn't rebut it and said.
You changed my words. You changed my words.
I didn't change anything.
As usual.
Again,
you words, man.
I said Jokic came out on fire and showed why he's MVP. Uncle Freezy said. Uncle Freezy said, well, the referee blew the call through the whistle 4 times. And I said, what does RJ Barrett have to do with Jokic eating up Nerlens Noel?
And I totally agree with you what you said, Uncle Freezy.
Right, what Kev just said was classic Hoodie Kev creating more haters.
That is a really good point.
I said the referees blew the whistle 4 times in the first 37 seconds, and this said, "What does that have to do with?"
What's your point, Freezy? They blew it 4 times. So what's your point?
The point that I was trying to get to is the referees clearly were not going to let the Knicks play their style of ball against the Denver Nuggets. That's what I was trying to get to. Before Hoodie Kev interjected with Jokic playing his game. They have absolutely the point that I made and the point that Kev made have nothing to do with each other.
I know, but Kev was talking first, Freezy. You interrupted him.
That's what I said. You interrupted me.
Okay, good. Y'all go ahead with y'all point. Go ahead. Hey, welcome to the Knicks Hate Show, everybody.
How is it a hate show to say that somebody put on the show?
You got to tell facts when facts are due, too. People expect the truth. True analysis. That's it.
Rob, so Rob, the fact that the referees blew the whistle 4 times in 37 seconds is not a fact, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying it is a fact, but Kev was talking first, Freezy. You stopped him with that. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying neither was a fact. Kev was starting to talk. You interrupted with the with the 4 fouls in 30 seconds, in 37 seconds. I ain't saying you was wrong. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Right.
But Kev was
So
speaking first.
So what I was getting into was clearly the referees were not going to allow the Knicks to play their style of ball against the Denver Nuggets. Is what I was saying. So the fact that Jokic did his thing against a team that could not play their normal style of ball should not be overlooked by casual NBA fans. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay, but I didn't see it that way. I see what you're saying, but I didn't see it that way. I seen something totally different. I seen a team that with the 30th slowest pace in the NBA, playing the second slowest pace, the 29th slowest pace, but the 29th pace team with the slowest pace had better all-around talent. That's why I think we lost. They're a better all-around team than we are at that pace. And they proved it both times we played them. And the fouls that happened, yeah, they happened though, but it was clear from early start that Denver was the better team. That's what I seen. I seen that Denver Denver plays like an East Coast team. They the 29th slowest pace, we 30th. And that's not by coincidence that we struggled with them when they got a better all-around talented team. And their talent showed.
I think they just had a better game.
Twice then. They had us by 20 twice, both times we played them.
The first game, I give you that one. This game right here, I got to agree with Freezy but to this point right here. The Knicks are a physical basketball team. And when you get referees that you know that have established in the first 30 seconds of the game, I'm calling ticky-tack fouls. You ain't going to be able to push these guys around. That changes your whole landscape. So what do you do when you're not used to doing you're not able to do what you're used to doing? You do. You try to. We tried that and it didn't work. Clearly,
yeah, they was the home team. Either way you put it, they was the home team.
I'm trying to figure out where the adaptation came when Jokic was going off. I don't remember Tibbs adapting and adjusting to that.
Yeah, he never did. He didn't.
I know you can't sit here and say that Tibbs did not adjust when he saw Jokic go off of 24 points in one quarter.
This didn't change anything.
This is what I'm gonna need you to do. I'm gonna need you to put 1 and 1 together and make 2, right? So this is how these points tie together.
Right,
so right off the bat, if I tell you you can't be a physical team, that means I can't touch Jokic up when he's down in the paint and making these moves. So the dude is playing him, you got to play off of him. You can't put a body on him. You can't touch him because you will get called for a foul.
That is ridiculous. That
is
the most ridiculous.
Check it out. I seen Noel's not adapting to what he was doing because when he was taking them out at the top of the key, he was going down with the left hand, spinning back in the lane, shooting with his right. He did that 6 times in a row before Noel's even found out what he was doing. He did not react at all.
I'm not saying Noel didn't get used now, and that happened. I saw that on more than several occasions that Jokic got the best of Noel. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a team, there's no one person on the Knicks team that's going to defend Jokic
But they didn't send a double team at all.
Exactly, they didn't.
No, that's what Kev was saying. He's saying you just let this man down there get abused that bad, and you didn't even try to send no kind of help.
With that fact, I agree. I can see that point right there. I agree 100%. I was saying the same thing as I'm sitting here cussing my TV out. So I can see that point right there. To Hoodie Kev, I give you that.
It looked like to me Randall was trying to prove a point, even though this was the game to try to prove a point. But then he went too far with it. He took the team, far as I'm concerned, in that first quarter. Randall, the one who took him out their chemistry, because he just started firing from everywhere early. And then, RJ wasn't no help at all. RJ went back to rookie stage this game. Once they loosened up on him in the second half, he had a couple of threes. But other than that, you got to look at how they played. They played raggedy.
They did.
And
I have no argument there at all.
Yeah, with that, it was a loss. It was an acceptable loss. I said, okay, well, I thought we would fare better with them, but you have to take into consideration the first game, they used us like that too.
And it just looked bad. Was it just me or was the optics just bad?
Because they play at the same pace. They the 29th and we the 30th, but they got better talent. And it showed.
Man, I tell you.
What I think the issue was, and I don't know if it was by, as Uncle Freezy said, by default because of injury or if it was strategy, but it's been common knowledge that our wings have struggled against other teams' length. And so I don't think that it was.
I don't think that's a true statement.
I do. I think when you look at teams that are longer than us on the wing, on the guard and wing position, look at the games where we play teams that are longer than us in the wing and guard positions.
Give me an example.
The Phoenix, the other game, when they had all that length against us.
But we didn't struggle in that game. We got our points. We played that game. I wouldn't say that because I wouldn't say that on that.
I understand what he's saying. I just think it's a reach, bro. Because team every night, a team is not going to start a 6'10" guard.
That's why I said I don't know if that's by.
They started Michael Porter Jr. at shooting guard tonight.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if it was by injury or I don't know if it was by design. I'm pretty sure it might have been injury related, but we all know, like I said, that we have an issue. Like, okay, obviously you have a 6'10" shooting guard and a 6'10" small forward. You have a small forward and a power forward playing small forward and shooting guard. Of course, that's going to give you issues. And you can tell, like, having Michael Porter Jr. guard RJ was an issue for RJ tonight. It wasn't a typical. I mean, he kind of came on in the third when he hit those 3 threes, but he struggled mightily with the length that Denver presented to him.
It wasn't the length. It was that the simple fact that it wasn't really the length. It was that they was missed. That first quarter threw everything off. They wasn't running sets. They wasn't doing anything.
Right.
That whole it wasn't just RJ. They had 12 points in the first quarter, and they was really at 7 because 5 of them they got late. It was the whole team in that whole instance. The way that Nurkic started in the middle, it just threw everything off. They didn't know what to do, and Tibbs wasn't no help. He wasn't no help at all. You know, because he should have put Pele up in there just because of the body size. The way he was doing knows Lowell, he should have stayed out another game. Because he got blacktopped.
I agree with you, Rob. I agree with you on that. I think he probably should have went with Taj, since Taj was a hot hand at center coming off the last game, and Nerlens Noel was coming off injury. But then again, when you have a depth chart, most coaches try to stick to their depth chart. So
but I would have just looked at the body size because Pele would have just been able to bump him out the way and keep him from going down. Because up under that, boy, he was killing up under there. It was like nothing. And he kept on doing the same move. Drive left, turn back in the lane, shoot with the right. I'm like, man, look, he doing the same thing. He had 4 dunks in the first 4 minutes of the game. That's not even his style.
Right, that's the Dirk Nowitzki move. You know how Dirk had that one move he could go to and you couldn't stop it? That's Jokic's go-to. That's his Dirk move. You can't stop it, bro. No, it's not just not Nerlens Noel. It's everybody.
Man.
You know, I think that the thing that we need to take out of this loss right here is this, right? 2 things. One, what do you do when you don't have the ability to play your game? And we on the West Coast swing, so of course we don't have the home court advantage, right? That's 1. 2, when do we make adjustments? At what point is appropriate to make adjustments? because obviously tonight no adjustments were made when they needed to be made. But even more than that, you got to have a backup. You got to have a plan B. If I come in the game and you're not going to let me play physical, then I know exactly what I need to tell the players to do. We're not going to be able to go with option one, so everybody switch to this right here. That clearly that was not in the cards tonight, and we got to do better in from that standpoint right there, because we truly looked out of sorts tonight. That was a hard game for me to watch. Hard game for me to watch.
Yeah, it was for everybody. It was a hard game, but I'm looking at it like, yeah, I felt as though after that first quarter, the Knicks was able to get back into on the defensive sides of the ball. It's just like, especially in that second half, they just couldn't make no shots. They could have cut that lead down to about 8 if they just made shots coming out the third quarter. They was missing back and forth on both ends. It was just going back like it was in the park. Everybody was missing. I said, man, look, they getting a steal, can't convert on the other side, couldn't run the break. They was like, they was outmatched. They was really outmatched. The fouls, okay, early you can say that, but I don't really see it as though that had anything to do with the game and the whole totality of the game. It played a small part, but what I seen, that they had better talent than us all around the board. And they played at a slower pace, so we couldn't take advantage of the same things because they play at our pace. It was like watching a better Miami team on the West Coast.
So to a certain point, I agree, Rob. But I would say this. To your point, if we made the shots that we normally make, that would have been a different game. If we made those shots that we threw up that normally go in, that would have been a different game. Which the first quarter, we wouldn't have been outscored by Jokic. Well, he could have scored his 24 points, but the score wouldn't have been 34-12 going into the second.
He outscored us by himself.
He did. He all by his lonesome, right? But if we got those shots falling like we normally do, then we're having a different conversation now, because now we're not 20, 30 points down. We're more in the 10 to single digit levels to where we can actually get back to the game. And I don't know what the cause of because everybody had a horrible shooting night.
Yeah,
everybody. We missing layups. Who misses layups?
Wait, look, let me check my motivation right quick. Hey, look, my motivation. Look, 3 straight games if we lose won't send us to the 6th seed.
It might send us to the 6th seed.
No, it won't. It won't. They look what's going on. Everybody's playing tough teams. We lose 3 straight. That won't send us to no That won't send us, because if we get out of this 3-3, now we break even.
Well, now, hold on, because I'm not mistaken. We are right now a half game. We are a half game. Yes, a half game over Atlanta for the 4-5.
Yeah, but that
and
right there.
Game and a half over Boston for the 6.
Okay, well, but they got to play too.
Yeah, they do.
Shit, we ain't playing by ourselves. They got to play too. So I'm not worrying about that right there. Yeah, it's a tough thing, but see, Kev, that's what I mean. See, people will help you with that analogy from the chat. Yeah, we're going to enjoy the season mindset, at the end of the day. But look, we know who we are.
Yeah.
So we're going to enjoy every victory, and we're going to talk about every loss. Ain't going to get too high, not going to get too low. But you still got to enjoy the season, because you got to play the season.
Yep.
And wherever we land, that's where we at.
I really don't get caught up with what everybody else is doing. I follow it because it's important to, kind of what we got to do. But at the end of the day, we got to go out and play ball. We got to go out and win these games. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else has to worry about where we are in the standings and what the seeds are. We don't go in worrying about, and I'm sure everybody.
We don't have a seed yet.
We don't. We just
only thing we know that only thing we promise right now is a winning season. That's it.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the only thing we're promised right now.
At this point,
they can't take that. Whatever that is, they can't take that. Nobody can take that. The Knicks will wind up with a winning season. Where they fall at in the playoffs is to be determined. Right now, we don't know.
We just got to keep playing ball, baby.
That's right.
Just got to keep playing ball. Bottom line up front. That's what it is.
That's right. Everybody got to keep on playing ball. That's what it is.
take this loss for what it is. And again, I look at this loss kind of like in a certain aspect of the Phoenix loss, right? This is a level setting loss right here. We got punched in the mouth. You know, when you in the bar and you done had too many drinks, and it's this undercover MMA fighter that you don't know, this undercover MMA fighter that you popping off and he done hit you in the mouth and you getting yourself up off the ground. That's where we at right now. We're getting up off the ground.
Yeah.
So going into this Phoenix game, I think we get back to what made us successful, winning 12 out of 14 games.
I seen 2 times where they could have tossed Randall out the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, Randall just went somewhere else in his mind. And see, that's where he can't do that.
Yeah.
He can't do that because he's going to cost himself and he's going to cost the team. Because I text everybody. I said, look, Randall on his way out. But then Tibbs just sat him. He should have sat him for the rest of the game. It wasn't no reason to bring him back in to catch up on anything. That game was done. He was done. The game was done.
There's been a couple instances from Julius where his temperament gets the best of him.
Yeah.
Like I am so glad that Brooklyn game was at the end of the game, and he had the response that he had.
Yeah.
There was still time to go in that Brooklyn game. The rest would have got him out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he might take one of. Yeah, he might take one because now he going back up against look, just play against Phoenix. If you come with that mindset of what you think that you got to do and you start that, you know, his 3-shot flows fluently in as the ball movements, not for him coming off the dribble just trying to fire up. He get good ball movement, catch and shoot. He find him. He be trying to come off the dribble. Now, maybe if he's in the corner, he can do that step back 3 and it goes in. But when he's at the top of that key and he starts that, he's not good from right there off the bounce. He's not good right there. And he needs to realize that. And if you're going to play physical, man, he was crying to the rest entirely too much. I was telling him to shut up to my TV. I said, man, won't you just shut up? He was, every time he on the line, he just like turning around. At one point, I was like, yo, throw his ass out the game. Let me see Obi. Let me see somebody else. Let me see Tibbs do something else because he's gone. Mentally, he checked out. He checked out. And he know he did. And somebody need to tell him about that.
I'm sure that conversation is going on in the locker room.
I'm pretty sure. Listen, this ain't the. Trust me, I guarantee that. Like I said, after that Brooklyn game, I'm pretty sure that conversation's already been had.
Yeah, but it's been a while. It's gonna have to be had again right before
You gotta get a
playoffs. You can't be doing that during the playoffs. And see, that'll separate you from you getting calls to not getting calls.
Because also another thing is. You don't want, when Julius has this, what scares me a lot is I don't want Julius to get a reputation with the refs.
Too late.
Because once
he's been good. Look, he's been really good since that. Yeah.
What I'm saying, but once you get that reputation, then refs start calling texts more easy.
Yeah, but he not like Luka's do. Luka getting ready to get suspended.
Yeah, he is.
Randall ain't nowhere close to him.
Yeah. Well, he got one more, right? Before they suspend.
Yep. One more, he done. One more, he done. And then I think it resets in the playoffs. You know, I think then it resets in the playoffs, and then you can start all over.
I don't know.
No, it does reset in the playoffs.
Does it?
Yeah, because I remember when Rashid got up there like that, and then he had to like wait. He was waiting. They was damn near saving him until the playoffs because they knew one more. But I think it's like 3 in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot, like a smaller. You only get like a couple.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't go back to 16 now. No. I think it's 3. If you come like close and you go over, when you come to the playoffs, I think you got about like 3 or 4, and then you done.
But it's tonight was .
Yeah, Quiet Money said it right. Randall checked out, but Tibbs didn't check in when it was time for some adjustments to
I
be
was just
made.
about to say that. That's a great point.
Yeah,
I've
but
been on
man,
record to say that I've never been the biggest fan of Tibbs in-game adjustments.
but sometimes you got to let them get their butt kicked for the rest of this. You got to let them get their butt kicked like right now to set the stage for the rest of the road trip. And say, yeah, y'all gonna take this one. It might be something like that. Y'all gonna take this one right here because we got a lot of the trip to go. So you know you can't check out no more. You know, that might be a learning. I done seen coaches do that too. Just stand there and let your ass just take that beat down. You know, take
I,
them
I don't know if
body
that's what
blows
Tibbs.
and hit shots.
I don't know if that's what Tibbs' plan was in the beginning. I don't think that was his mindset. I'm just gonna let y'all
No,
take it.
no. But once it got started and he's seen it, you know, once he got started and he's seen it, he said, "Look, let the onslaught continue."
Yeah, at that point it was. I mean, it was you pointed that. I mean, that was
There was something Tibbs could have, like, he didn't take a timeout.
No, he didn't do
He
anything.
didn't do it. When Jokic was going off, he didn't do nothing.
I think they took a time out to readjust the ass whooping. They said, "Let's readjust this." They still want some. Let's get this little time out.
That's what I'm saying. They were like, man, we put it on. Let's like, wow, come on, Tibbs, do something, Thibodeau.
And
But
the Suns lost to Atlanta, so
yeah,
the
that
Suns
right
got
there.
mollywopped by Atlanta. Let's be clear. They got
Well, I didn't see the highlights.
Oh, they got mollywopped. They did.
I just seen it right there.
They did.
I just checked their schedule, Atlanta schedule and Boston schedule, and ours. It's interesting enough that we finished the season with Boston.
Yeah, so that's why like the road trip counts for me, but I know we see Boston one more time, so that's going to really say a lot about that next spot.
Is that a home game? That is
That's a home game.
That's a home game.
It's
That's
a
a home game
for us.
Yeah, because we after this road trip, the rest of our games at home.
Yep.
So it'll be it's a big game. It'll be a big game. I would like to talk about the elephant in the room.
What's the
and
elephant?
that is Austin Rivers.
Oh, there ain't no elephant in the room. You know the way he went out. You know he was coming back for body parts.
There was a lot of people on Knicks. Listen, when Austin was here, I was one of the biggest proponents of Austin Rivers' very presence was the biggest insult of hypocrisy I've ever heard. Just his very presence was just the most full of hypocrisy. And that's, I think, a lot of reason why I didn't get on the Tom Thibodeau bandwagon. I don't know if Austin got a raw deal here at the end. I don't know what happened behind the scenes.
Austin just wasn't consistent.
They brought Rose in. That's what happened.
No, because Austin wasn't consistent. He didn't get his 25-point game today, but tomorrow he had 3.
Oh, if that.
Listen, like I said, Rob, you've been here. You know I've gone on many Austin Rivers tangents. Many of them. Many nights I went off on Austin Rivers. Everyone know if you've been following Knicks and that, you know how I felt about Austin Rivers. Mm-hmm. And I've also said there was something behind the scenes going on with Austin Rivers that played into, because at that time, it's not like Burks was playing consistent either, right? It's not like Bullock was playing. They were both, all 3 of them were like, what are we getting out of them today? But then Austin Rivers fell out of the rotation. What got me about Austin was there were games, like the garbage games, where they brought in like Harper and Pinson and everybody else to close out the game. But he didn't go to Austin Rivers. Like Austin Rivers was like, nah, I ain't about to go in on this garbage time. Who do you think I am? And I think that's what kind of rubbed Thibodeau the wrong way was the fact that Austin Rivers kind of refused. He pulled a Scottie Pippen and refused to go in the game. And I think that's what ultimately sealed Austin Rivers' fate. I mean, in the end, it worked out for Austin Rivers. He's on an elite team and he's getting playing time. So, it worked out for everybody. And I think Austin tonight, he was really professional when they asked him. He was like, I don't want to talk about it. And, what happened, and left it at that. He didn't say anything negative or didn't say anything bad. He said, said I have friends here and I respect everybody, and kept it at that. That's as classy a move as he probably could have done in that situation.
He didn't want to get fined.
Is that how you take it? How you took his post game comments?
Okay, so
because it's not like he didn't say anything bad at all.
He didn't. But this is what I say. My mother always told me this: if you ain't got nothing nice to say about people, just don't say nothing. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I mean, like I said, I think he handled it. They asked him a question. Obviously, it's not like we didn't know if Austin Rivers was going to have a big game that they weren't going to ask him.
How do you feel about playing against your old team? Yeah.
And like I said, he
won't clickbait.
He answered it because here's the thing: he didn't give him anything. He said, I don't have anything bad to say. I still have friends there. He said, I hope Julius wins Most Improved. He said, I hope Tibbs should be a finalist for Coach of the Year. He just said it just didn't work out. Could he? I don't expect him to be all bubbly either. He's an opponent now at the same time. So, of course, I'm not expecting him to be overly bubbly.
So, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to talk about Austin Rivers. 15. I'm going to get 15 of my seconds to talk about Austin Rivers. I think that, he was motivated to come in and play a good game against the Knicks. It's his old team. Everybody always wants to show you why you should have never got rid of me and you should have kept me on the squad. So that's his motivation. I'm glad he had a good game. I'm glad he was classy enough in post-game interviews not to be out there, doing a whole bunch of this and making a whole bunch of something out of nothing. I wish him well in the future. And that's all I got to say about that.
Pretty much the same. I got less than that. Pretty much the same thing. Good luck.
And I guess
it wasn't like what was the good thing about it? It wasn't like it was a close game and he was killing us.
Right.
That would have hurt him. That would have probably.
That would have been bad. That would have been real bad.
Yeah, but being that it was like we was already down 20 before they brought him in, so it wasn't no pressure on them to keep on hitting shots.
Yeah. You're right. And at the end of the day, regardless of who the Nuggets played, they could have easily been put in the spotlight, right? Just depending on how you watch the game. The little short dude, we talked about this on Sim Show. The little short dude, the 5'10" point guard.
Campazzo?
Yeah, whatever his name is. He had more rebounds than our team did. But they were long rebounds off of threes, but the shortest guy on the court get the most rebounds. Come on, man. How we do that? Where did we do that at? But it happened. That happened.
Like I said, I don't think anybody was. Some people can sit here and they can say, "Oh, the refs, forced us to play a different game," or however you want to say it. I don't personally.
I'm listening.
I'm not going to sit here and say the refs force you to play differently. I don't believe that. I believe if you have a style of play, you're going to play what you play and just let the chips fall where they may. I don't think the refs can take you, especially not in the beginning of the game. In the beginning of the game, I don't believe that the refs can take you out of how you want to play.
So let me ask you this, Kev. At the beginning of the game, can the ref set the stage for how the game is going to be called throughout?
I believe that that's a tricky question. You can sit here and you can say they can set the stage, but I don't know. I don't think that's true. Or at least I don't want to believe it's true.
Okay, I can respect the last statement that you made. I can respect that. You don't want to believe that it's true, but I'm telling you right now, this is how I see it. And this is my opinion. And you know what they say about opinions, everybody's got one just like something else, right? So I look at things like this. If in the first 28 seconds of the game, you have called 3 fouls, 2 of them on one player, 1 on my center, and then my coach gets a technical. So that lets me know right now, I'm not going to be able to come into this game and play my physical style of play like I'm used to playing, right? Because when I come down the court, the very next time, there's another little ticky-tack foul that I'm getting. So
let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
The fouls that they called in the first 38 seconds of the game,
Yep.
Were they actually fouls?
They were legit. I mean, if you go, okay, hold on.
Fouled them.
Let me tell you this.
We're getting mad that the fouls that they legitly did were called.
Okay. So let me tell you this. They were legit fouls by the technical letter of the rule book. They were fouls. Now, in a professional basketball team, if you're going to let these guys play ball, those fouls would have been called. They wouldn't have been called. But so that lets me know that further so this is how I look at the game. This is what I want you to do. Anybody that has a question about officiating, do this. Look at the officiating crew that we had when we played against the Grizzlies. And then look at this officiating crew. And then you see where the disparity is. You will see that the guys, when we played against the Grizzlies, they let basketball players play basketball. This group here, they were acting like we were at summer camp, and
check this out. Check this out, G Money. Now we can say that as Knicks fans, right?
Yeah.
What you think the Grizzlies will say?
Oh, the Grizzlies will tell you the exactly same thing I'm saying right now.
No, they won't. Not the way they was acting on the court.
No. What I'm saying is they will have the opposite opinion.
Of course. So that's where it comes in at the home. You home, so
you get the home court advantage.
Yeah, so we got to be able. Look, we won 15 games on the road, so we battled through home court advantage. This game we wasn't supposed to because basically, man, we was outmatched.
We were.
That's what happened down the line. We was outmatched, man. They was a better all around team. Now look, that's the type of talent that we gonna strive to have. Right now, we making do of what we got, and we doing a damn good job of doing it. But at the end of the day, we all know as Knicks fans, we need more talent.
Facts.
You know,
I won't dispute that. I won't dispute that.
They pretty much a championship team. Denver's a championship team. You know, so we just got to make sure that we keep on adding pieces. There's nothing we can do right now because this is the team that we got.
Rob, I would love to agree with you.
We learned over the summer more moves will be made for better players.
I sit here night in and night out. And
yes, you did. YouTube watcher Rob did just call me G Money, but it's okay.
I sit here and I listen night in and night out, and I hear everybody say, we need to bring back Nerlens Noel, and we need to bring back Reggie Bullock, we need to bring back Alec Burks, and we need to bring back Taj, and I'm all right with being D Rose back. He can come back. But it's like, if you want to bring everybody back, how are you upgrading anything?
Well, but you know, look, Kev, those are just opinions. You know, everybody got the player that they think should come back.
I'll tell you this: the only person that ain't nobody said bring back is Alfred Payton. I ain't hear nobody say let's bring Alfred back.
You know, like at the end of the day, you bring him back. Okay, me personally, if you got Mitch, I think the second sitter needs to be a little bit more bulkier. You know, something like that.
It's Freezy sleep. Freezy.
Man,
No, oh
listen.
this conversation has put me to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The same conversation over and over is putting me to sleep, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Like
man.
somebody is snoring for real.
Yeah,
That's like
man.
my
Hey,
sleep apnea that kicked in. Somebody is really
yeah,
snoring.
man. Hey, nah, y'all know how I feel about that Lisa Stansfield chick that be refereeing the games. You know, I feel like she got an axe to grind against us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The one
And that was evident tonight because when she looked at Julius Randle, she couldn't wait to tee him up. She couldn't.
Bro. When I saw the phantom foul she called on R.J. Barrett in the Indiana Pacers game for Victor Oladipo. Y'all remember that when R.J. Barrett ran by Oladipo and she called a foul, and Victor Oladipo was like, "What happened?" Because he thought she was calling a foul on him, but she was calling it on R.J. who was 2 feet away and ran by him. I was like, "Yeah, she got an axe to grind, bro. She got an axe to grind, man." But I ain't, I just can't buy into this the narrative that the Denver Nuggets, you know what I'm saying, did not get home cooking tonight. Because you got 4 calls in 37 seconds of the first period, right? Yeah, that is what you call home cooking, man. For us to deny that is crazy. I mean, your coach get teed up and within the first minute of a game. How? What coach gets that mad within 60 seconds of the start of a game to the point where he's teed up? Come on, man. This is ridiculous. Let's be smart, man. Let's not just play this game of everybody we play against is better and nobody that we play against doesn't get home cooking. Come on, man. Y'all know
Why
teams
are
get
you
home
trying
cooking,
to create
man.
a
I
narrative
mean,
that the Denver
this whole
Nuggets? Hold
naivety
on, freeze.
thing.
Breezy, this is one game. One game. That's all. It's one game. That's it. This is not a narrative for the whole season or other teams that we
Right.
played. This is just for this game.
I didn't say the Nuggets weren't better than us tonight, man. I agree that the Nuggets were better than us tonight. I'm not saying that they were not. What I'm saying is the simple things in this thing matter, right? To have 4 fouls called on your team, and you got a technical foul called on your coach. Everybody got fouls called on them. Even your coach got a technical foul called on him within the first minute, and y'all breeze past that and say, "Well, Jokic was cooking." Come on, bro.
Well, I can sit here and say I have seen Tom Thibodeau on the sideline on numerous occasions barking at referees. So I can't sit here and say a referee was like, "Nah, Tip, not tonight. I am about to sit here for 2 hours and have you go up. Nope, I'm about to nip this in the butt right now." Because let's not act like there's probably been plenty of occasions where Tom Thibodeau could have got a technical foul. The way he talks and
So
screams and yells at referees.
Okay. Again, this makes no sense. So now you're saying his reputation got him a tech within the first minute of a game. Come on, bro.
Is that beyond the reason of belief? That reputations don't exist?
No. It seems like you searching for excuses to support other teams.
No, it seems like you are searching for excuses because you don't want to feel like, man, a team just kicked my team's butt. So let me find any excuse to ease the pain that I'm going through so I don't got to sit here and come out and say the Denver Nuggets, which is a better basketball team than the New York Knicks tonight. Let me find and reach for anything and everything because I do not want to sit here and say, you know what, yes, we got our butts kicked. So let's say the refs just weren't fair to us tonight. The refs, they just weren't fair.
That was smart. That was smart what you just said. Except the fact is the referee blew the whistle 4 times within the first minute of a game.
If you want to hold that argument, like your team cannot, your team.
Is that a fact or not?
You had 47 minutes and 22 seconds to adjust. You had 47 minutes and 22 seconds to adjust, and you didn't. You let 38 seconds. You let 38 seconds mess with your whole night, and you didn't adjust.
Ooh.
So no, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you because you had 47 minutes and 22 seconds after that to adjust, and you didn't. So don't come here and say, no, the refs blew 4 times in 38 seconds. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. No, because guess what? You still got 47 minutes and 22 seconds to adjust, and you didn't. Am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, but I don't think that I'm wrong right now. Because it's not like this happened halfway in the game or the game was close. This is the beginning of the game. The score was like 0-0 almost. And you let this affect the entire night and you did not adjust. The coach, who people think is a candidate for Coach of the Year, did not adjust one time to stop the avalanche that was about to happen. He saw the snowball rolling down the hill, didn't stop it. So I don't want to hear the referees blew the whistle 4 times in 38 seconds.
We don't care about what you want to hear.
Then don't sit here and say that I care about the referees blowing the whistle 4 times in 38 seconds.
I need somebody reasonable.
Right. No, I need somebody reasonable.
Clearly,
I need somebody reasonable who will admit we got our butt kicked. Freezy, say we got our butt kicked tonight.
Yo, I'm just not. What I'm saying is, okay. So Rob, you heard me say just now, right? The Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight, right? Did you not hear me say that?
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all didn't hear me say that just now? Yeah. I just said the Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight, right? I said that clearly. But Hoodie Cav just went on this thing about me not admitting that the Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight. So he didn't hear what I said, right?
No, I think he heard you. I think he's just saying that you're using those 4 fouls as an excuse.
Yeah, put that Mountain Dew down. Put that Mountain Dew down. This is the problem right here. That Mountain Dew got
that's the reason. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Mountain Dew.
You need to start drinking water, kid.
I got this small behind glass.
And you done drank a half a bottle of a 2-liter soda in that small behind glass. So the size of the glass don't really matter.
G-Man.
We've been on for an hour and 3 minutes. This is the first glass I had.
You heard me say G-Man, you heard me say the Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight, right?
Correct.
Because Cav went on a tangent, right? And I listened to the whole thing he said, right? And then I said, you know what? The Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight. But the referees called 4 fouls within the first minute of an NBA game. And then he cut me off and said, Tom Thibodeau's reputation is that he be on referees all this time. And then I asked, I said, okay, so coming into this game, which is a separate game, they teed him up. Based on what you said, they teed him up because of his reputation in previous games. Right? And I got mauled for saying I didn't believe the Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight, which is a complete farce. It's disrespectful to the conversation because before he have even said something, I said the Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight. Right? So how do we deduce that I'm saying? How do we deduce that I'm saying that I'm looking for excuses to bail out the Knicks and to feel better? That makes no sense. That means Hoodie Cav didn't listen or process a word that I said because he wants to be right about some statement, right? I said the Denver Nuggets were better than us tonight, but I also said that the referees blew the whistle 4 times and before 1 minute of basketball was played. 2 fouls were called on R.J. Barrett immediately. And then they called the foul on Nerlens Noel, who did foul Jokic. And then they teed up Tom Thibodeau within the first minute of an NBA game That's four fouls in the first minute of an NBA game, and which is a fact. These things happened, right? These things happened. These are facts. This is not me searching for some kind of thing to make me feel better. These things actually happened in this game, right? And so what we do is we avoid those facts, but we do look at the facts that Austin Rivers scored 25 points against the Knicks in a Sammy Sosa type way. You know what I'm saying? The lead is so big that he come out and do his thing. Whatever the game is over, he put up 25 points. What he do? And the fact that Jokic was killing us down low, it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Those are facts. But what I'm saying is, if you're examining all the facts and are bringing all the facts to the argument, you can't bring some facts and eliminate others. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, with that, I agree, because I truly believe that, regardless of how impactful we think that it is, the refs did play a part in this game. I'm not saying that the refs were the cause of us losing the game. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is they had an impact on the game. Facts. So that, and the fact that we didn't, Thibodeau, to Kev's point, I think that there were adjustments that could have been made early on in the game that were not, because Jokic used the same move over and over and over and over and over again to cook Noel in the first quarter. Hence, by the point that he scored 24 points and doubled up on the entire Knicks squad. So those are facts, right? But in totality, I believe that because the lack of adjustments that we made as a team to be able to, to kind of quiet the Joker early on in the first quarter. You can't wait to the second quarter to do it. It's too late. Because by then, we're not shooting well, and we don't know how to adjust to the way that the refs are calling the game. They take us out of our physical game. And then we're missing shots that we normally make. Layups, we're turning the ball over, and we're missing free throws. You put all this stuff in one pot, stir it up, and you get the end of the first quarter. The Nuggets have 34 points, and New York Knicks have 12. That we can't overcome that obstacle throughout the next 3 quarters. We can't overcome that, and we lose the game. That's the bottom line up front.
I'm not saying this is what I mean when I say make excuses, because you can sit here and say a lot of things. You can say that we didn't make adjustments.
Yep.
You can say we shot poor. You can say they play at a slow pace too. You can say that they had more length on the court that affected us. You could have said a lot of that.
All facts.
But when you start off by saying the refs blew the whistle 4 times in a minute, that is an excuse.
No, that's a fact, because it happened.
It's a fact. It happened. And as I asked you, did the Knicks foul them?
By technical definition, those were fouls. Yes, that happened.
So we can't get mad. The refs called fouls on fouls.
Right. Okay.
If it was a phantom call, yeah, we can get mad at a phantom call. But Nerlens Noel legit fouled Jokic. That was a legit foul.
Right.
Refs called it.
Right.
I can't get mad at that.
So
one of the calls on RJ could have been
questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable. Yeah. So let me ask you this, Kev. I'm gonna go back to the first fouls that we're talking about in the first 27 seconds of the game. 27 seconds. Freezy gave you a leeway. He said minute. I'm gonna tell you exactly when they were called. The first 27 seconds of the game. 27 seconds, right? So tell me now, based on that and the way that the referees exerted themselves, how is it that in the third quarter, when you get a call you clearly see that the ball goes out of bounds on the Nuggets player. And that's where Julius Randle got his tech from, because he was so irate about how blatant that they called, how blatant the call got wrong, that he couldn't believe it. We're looking at our TV, and the Denver, I don't remember who the Denver Nuggets player is, but he knocked the ball out of bounds, and they gave the ball to the Nuggets.
I believe that was that Harrison kid.
I don't remember who it was, but you know the player I'm talking about.
I think it was that Harrison kid.
So do you believe, or do you think that based on how things were orchestrated at the beginning of the game, when the precedence was set, that the referees have now said, in my mind, that I'm going to dictate how this game goes and what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do? So when I call this, whatever I call, I don't want you to question at this point. It's what I'm saying. Referees are going in dictatorship right now. I'm just saying. Because and the thing that troubles me the most about that call is Tibbs didn't challenge it.
This is what I'll say. I'll say that I don't know how many games. I don't know how many games have been played this season. But I'll say this. I guarantee the loser of every single game
has an excuse.
Complains about the refs.
Yeah.
The loser of every single game that's been played this season, I guarantee has complained about refereeing.
So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. That call right there.
Do referees
make mistakes?
Not even make mistakes. Referees play a factor in every single game.
They do.
Every single game, referees play a factor
in every sport.
And 9 times out of 10, the losing team
complains about
the referees.
Yeah.
Hell, there's been games where the winning team has issues with the referees.
I agree.
And so in game 76, I'm not going to sit here and I expect something totally new from the referees.
See, look, my point is this. Look, we got whacked so bad that the referee shouldn't even be an issue right now.
You're right, Ralph.
We talking about, Kev was right, man. We talking about the first 4 fouls in the first 27 seconds, and now we gonna say about the refs.
No,
outmatched. Let's just say, man, damn. Let's say what we gonna get off the mat next game. This one is done.
We gonna do that.
This one is in the books. We got raped, robbed, sodomized, and locked up for a charge we didn't do. So and we was wrong. We was wrongfully convicted. You know, we gotta call BLM on this one.
Boy, you wild, boy.
We got ran over by a vanilla ice cream truck.
You know what? I would not dispute that fact. The only point I'm trying to make here is this: understanding the totality of the game. And there were a lot of things that influenced how this game went about, right? And there's a lot of blame to go around. At the end of the day, the New York Knicks did not play a good enough game to beat the Denver Nuggets. That's what the headlines will say. They will say that Jokic came in and Jokic proved that he should be the MVP of the league. That's what the headline's going to be, right? But from our standpoint, where I wanted to take this from is I want our team to go back, look at the tape, and say, listen, this is where we went wrong. This is what we should have done different, from a coaching staff to the players and everything else. Understanding you're not going to get every call, right? So when you don't get the call, you can't get upset and get a technical foul. Coach, Randall, RJ, and whoever else got technical fouls, right? You gotta maintain your cool. You can't go into Phoenix with the same mentality, which I don't think they will. I think that they'll use this again as inspiration to go in and play a better game.
I'm gonna say this about Phoenix. You about to go up against one of the greatest mental tacticians this game has ever seen in Chris Paul.
We throwing that out the window, Kev. We
Yeah.
played.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, don't sit here and act like
sit here and
Chris
act like
Paul
what?
ain't about to play. Don't sit here and say that Chris Paul.
Hey, look,
If he see y'all, if he see the Knicks, if Chris Paul sees the Knicks
we
on
not
edge,
worrying about what Chris Paul thinking.
Did you see Chris Paul play the Hawks tonight? Did you watch
We
that
just
game?
came off.
I can't watch two games at the same time.
Look at him.
I don't got split screen like
only thing we got for Chris Paul is this here. We came off getting whipped too.
You know,
That's right. No, let's fight the next game.
Can watch 4, 5, 6 games at a time. You know, he got that cable service. He can do that. I don't have that cable service. I can't watch multiple games at a time. Like G-Man.
Let me
you need to send me some money for my cable bill, G-Man.
No, I'm not going to do that. I can't write you off on my taxes, so I'm definitely not going to do that. So, but this right here is what you need to realize, right? To Rob's point, the Phoenix Suns just got mollywopped by the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Mollywopped. I'm telling you right now. So I understand.
We did too. We got
we did too. No, I won't say we got mollywopped. We got beat.
Yeah, we got mollywopped, man. We're down by 35, man.
Well,
come on, man.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that one. But this is the thing right here. We both coming off losses, huge losses. That's impactful for where we're supposed to be in this playoff standing, right? In the seeding chart that we're going through right here.
Yeah.
So, and plus we have added incentive because you just beat us to stop our winning streak. So now I got a little bit more incentive to want to beat you when I see you again at your house. The only thing I'm saying is this. I will never, ever, ever, ever take away from the greatness of Chris Paul. But I tell you this right here. Chris Paul won't beat us this time. He would not be the catalyst that says that if this game goes that way, it won't be because of Chris Paul. It's not even going to go that way. I'm not even going to go there. So what I'm telling you right now is the New York Knicks are coming to Phoenix, Arizona. They're going to get on that nice, clean highway. If you've never been to Arizona and Phoenix, it's so nice and clean. I ain't never seen a city that clean. On the highway. You know, you usually got beer cans and everything else. It's so pretty. But we're going to go there.
North Carolina's like that, you know, just FYI.
Some part. I'm from North Carolina, so I know how that goes. But Chris Paul would not be the person that beats us this time. It's just not.
G-Man, you ever been to Fort Huachuca, Arizona?
I have. Yes, I have. I spent about. I was there on TDY. I wasn't stationed. I was there on TDY.
Okay. Bro, I love it, man. Hey, in case I ain't told you, bro, I love you, man. I legit think so everybody know, and this is not like surprise, but everybody know Hoodie Kev is my favorite, right? I can't help it, right? Hoodie Kev is my favorite. I can't help it, right? I be trying to hide it. I legit be trying to hide it, but I can't, right? But I legit love when you and Rob the Nick be on at the same time, man. Because it gives like balance to my points. Because it's like, you know, I have this feeling of sometimes when I say stuff, it might not be relevant to people that have not been through some stuff that I've seen. But like Rob the Nick can remember. I don't know if he can remember this or not, but I'm just saying this. There was a blackout in New York City back in the 70s, right? Oh, and when I mentioned that night was a turning point in our culture, people don't
July
get it.
12th, 1977.
Bam. It was like a turning
9
point.
9 o'clock. CPO Sharky was on.
What? You see, you know what I'm saying? So when I say stuff like that, see, Rob can get it. Right? Yeah, Rob. See, Rob would get it because you know. Legit, it was hot, bro. All your air conditioners went out. It was dark. Cats was outside walking in the street. Can't figure out what's going on. They like, you know, cats is like, yo, what's the end of the world? You know, cats. Then all of a sudden you see cats walking by with TVs. You're like, yo, where y'all get TVs from? You know what I'm saying? And cats like, I can't tell you, son. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah. You know. So when I say that, when I say stuff like the referee blew the whistle 4 times within the first minute, it's not because I felt like all the you know what I'm saying, all the officiating was not fair. What I'm saying is, the fact that we were taken out of our game. We were not legit taken. We were not allowed to play the game that we normally play. Now we have to do something different. The rest of the game, Denver just outclassed us. Whatever it happens, it still only counts as one game. Then no matter how we dissect the game, it still only counts as one loss.
That's a fact.
Right. And I'm not peeved or disturbed by the loss, because I feel like in any battle you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. You know what I'm saying? But you move on. Right? What my main concern with this game is that, or not, it's not even a concern. I thought it was a concern at first when I was watching it, but then, as you get older, you learn that sometimes what happens to you is one to grow on. You take that L and you take it as one to grow on. I thought Tibbs tried to allow the team to play through adversity, is what I saw, as opposed to making some high class A+ level coaching decision or adjustment that'll tip the scales back towards our favor. I thought he legit tried to play through, or let the team figure out what it is that they were facing and try to figure it out themselves. I think that's how you build chemistry, through adversity. Like when a group of people go through a struggle, and then down the road it'll lead to successes as opposed to struggles. They take what happened to them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a good thing. They're upset, frustrated by it. It brings the team together. They talk about it, and then they adjust from it. Would I love to win this game? Sure. Right? So I would love to win the game, but man, nobody is gonna win every game. It's just not the way competition is designed. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we lost to Denver. We moving on to Phoenix. It's one of those deals where it would have took a triumphant effort for us to sweep this West Coast trip. I think we all had a feeling we was going to at least lose one or two of these games on this trip. And if we do, so what? It is what it is.
Freezy, I didn't now that you say that, I wasn't thinking about it from that lens, but it makes perfect sense, because that's how I live my whole life. Right? What you just said, when you go in to do something, you come back, you do an AAR, after action review, to discuss what went on during whatever the engagement was that you just had, figure out what went wrong, what you could have done better. You implement that, so when you go out the next time, you don't have the same problems. So I'm with you there. I'm with you there. That makes perfect sense. Now, and from looking at it from that lens, it makes perfect sense.
Right, no doubt. Because no team is gonna go undefeated. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you're riding high, when you're riding high as a team, sometimes that bump in the road makes you realize that you need to stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Remember to do the things well, that you're good at, that got you to the point where you are. It's just one of those things, man. Am I frustrated by this Denver Nuggets loss? No, because at the end of the season, I probably won't even remember this loss. When the playoffs start, I probably won't even remember this loss.
I already forgot it.
It'll be one of them things. We went to Denver, they smacked us up. We took the L. We moving on. It makes you better.
It does.
Things like this make you better. Like bring you, kind of put you back, and makes you get back to putting things in perspective. Like if I'm Julius Randle, I'm not Reggie Miller. I have to drive that ball to the basket. I have to create for others. I have to get on the glass every night. Every night, this team needs for me to get 24, 10, and 6 every night. When I try to go out and get 44, then the team might not win. The same thing with RJ. Every night can't be a showcase game. You know what I'm saying? RJ Barrett can't skip steps. He can't say, oh, well, they're missing guards. You know, this is my night to shine and score 40 points. RJ has to remember to put that ball on the floor, stay aggressive. Remember, he's a playmaking guard and not just a flat out scorer. And then, you know, when he gets into that mindset of knowing his personal profile and what he has to bring to every game, then he'll be okay.
You know, I go back to this, right? I always talk about fundamental basketball. And I look at it from this lens because of this. Think about this, Freak. Think about when you were the product. When we plucked you off the street, put you on a bus, a plane, or a train, and sent you to someplace for 8 weeks and said, I'm going to teach you how to not to be a civilian. I'm going to teach you how to be a soldier. I'm going to give you the fundamental aspects of what it means to be a soldier. I'm going to teach you how to shoot, move, and communicate. Those are 3 things right there will keep you alive in any conflict that you find yourself in. Now, some people excel in one of those 3 things, whether it's shooting, moving, or communicating. And that's what gives you the wherewithal to go in and get you your advanced identifying training, AIT, right? To get you your job, basically what you do in the military.
Yep.
So if you are on the range as a private and you're good at shooting, then 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to come and tap you on your shoulder and say, hey, I need you to come over here and go to sniper training, right? Because you already have the fundamental foundation to set this up for you to be successful. It's the same way for this team right here, and that's exactly what you just talked about. So as we go through this, people need to understand what their limitations are. I'm not saying you can't exceed those, but you can't do it on a regular basis. That's a training aspect. I mean, you have to build up to that. That's not something you're just gonna roll out of bed one day and say, well, I'm gonna go from being a 18 point person to a 40-point person. That's not realistic. Let's do baby steps. But this game right here, we take it for what it's worth, throw it out, and focus on what we got on Friday night. Because we don't have a lot of time. This Wednesday. You got a travel day, and you got to play a game in the West Coast, in a different time zone. So we need to get over all this hemming and hawing and what coulda, shoulda, woulda. That's not important right now. I need to know right now, legit, what is going to be our steps moving forward to get over this Phoenix Sun hurdle that we got facing us in the West right now. That's my question.
I agree. What you think, Rob?
I think that it's going to take a little bit of elbow grease. It's going to take a little biting and chewing, stabbing, and hard play. And I think that we're going to come out because I think we're going to want this more than them. They're already secure on what they did. Yeah, they don't want to lose another home game, but they lost this one. They had to go to Atlanta. So I'm thinking that they still young. Chris Paul got a mental edge, but I don't think it's no more better than Derrick Rose at the mental standpoint of the game. So, and they still dealing with a young team that, that's orchestrated by him, as is Derrick Rose is orchestrated by us in that second unit and for the majority of the game. And I think that's going to play a lot in this. And how we let him off the hook the last game.
Right.
We felt as though we let him off the hook, that we could have had him, but we didn't. So we seen that we had a chance to beat him. So now I think that we're going to grind it out. We're going to control the pace of the game, and we'll win the game under 104.
Okay.
109 at the top end, 104 at the lowest end. And I think we just got to control the half court, because they're not a half court team like Denver. Denver is what you call an East Coast half court team playing in the West. They come up slow, because as you can see in that game, when the game got in a frenzy, we started going back and forth. Denver started missing shots because we started taking them out their game, but that wasn't our game either. So we didn't gain nothing on that little second half exchange going back and forth. It was just a whole bunch of turnovers because it wasn't neither one of our games. But I think that we can take advantage of this, get physical with them. And then I think that, yeah, we got a better chance of controlling them. They don't have a joker in the middle. No team do. That was the biggest mismatch I seen New York play against this year at a position. He was just so dominant over everybody else that was on that team. He had double rebounds. He damn near had a triple double, and he was putting points on the board. So glad he's out the way. Let's take advantage of Phoenix.
Right.
What what I was alluding to earlier in my statement about Chris Paul, when I say a mental tactician, is Chris Paul has a history of getting in people's heads, right? I think we can all agree to that. Chris Paul is one of those players like Larry Bird and Magic in their days. Like they get in people's heads. And so I was alluding to, if the Knicks come out like they came out tonight, Chris Paul doesn't have to have a great game to mentally affect the Knicks. That's what I was alluding to. Like Chris Paul can mentally affect an opponent's team that won't show up in ways that won't show up in a box score. Because let's not pretend like Phoenix is like, oh, let's just lay down. We don't need. Phoenix is trying to get the number one seed in the Western Conference. And so they're not trying to just lose games. They're not able to come out like, oh, okay, well, we did what we had to do. Let's roll up. No, we want to go in there and fight. I hope we fight. I think we could. I think that we'll have to go and adjust. Yes, Phoenix presents a different hurdle than Denver does. Obviously, Devin Booker, I think even the last game, Devin Booker had a very good game against us. Chris Paul, for the most part, came on late in the fourth. He kind of was the Mariano Rivera of that game, just closed it out. But before that, he wasn't really the biggest factor. Ayton wasn't a factor. They just kind of pulled away late. Cameron Johnson missed every three he took into the fourth quarter and hit three big ones back to back to back. They had I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name, but the other point guard that they have, the backup one. What's his name?
He's that important that you can't even remember who he is. He's so important that you can't even remember his name. What are we even talking about? What are we talking about?
I can't remember Brent Forbes, but I know he had like 7 threes against us.
Right.
It's not the fact that I can't remember. I know that I may not remember him, but I know the last time we faced him, he had a big game. I was like, who is this kid? Payne. That's who he is. Payne.
Major Payne. That's his name. Major Payne. That's his name.
That movie is hilarious. By the way, I feel like I need to go watch it right now.
Major Payne.
Hilarious movie. So you may not be a big star, but it's usually the role players who come up big in moments you don't expect them to. Like, who is this kid, Payne, killing us? C'est la vie. Remember, he's a star.
Kev, you drinking Mountain Dew?
You said what?
Are you drinking Mountain Dew still?
That was my second glass in an hour and 34 minutes. And there's a little glass too. So really, I've had like one full cup of Mountain Dew.
Hey, Kev, I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to be addicted to something once. No lie, I was in this place called Fort Polk, Louisiana, right?
Oh my
And
God.
then at Fort Polk, Louisiana, they used to have these bugs that fly in the air called love bugs, right? And during mating season, they would attach to each other, right? And it would get so bad during mating season that you legit, I'm gonna show you, right? If you legit did like this and looked in the palm of your hand, you would have 6 bugs in your hand, 6 couples of bugs in your hand, right? That's how bad it was, right? So anyway, we out in the field, love bugs are everywhere, right? Love bugs are everywhere, and it's during monsoon season, it's January, right? You ever heard of Mardi Gras?
I've been several times.
Right. So you know Mardi Gras is a celebration of the end of the monsoon season, right?
Yeah.
Like the reason why they celebrate is because the monsoon season is over. Because it legit start raining at the end of November and it don't stop raining until the beginning of February. Like it rains in it rains some kind of way every day, right?
Like that
Like
Forrest
some
Gump
days it's
rain.
yes, like it legit rains. Some days it's big fat plump rain that land on you and splash like juice, and then other days it's little teeny stinging rain. And so what happened is so anyway, I'm out the field, right, and I'm eating MREs, bro, and so privates are dumb, right? So privates are dumb. What we used to do is do stuff like, yo, if you exchange guard duty hours with me, I'll give you my spaghetti MRE for whatever MRE, right? Because privates are dumb. You know what I'm saying? We dumb. We don't realize that your squad leader do a certain he listed a certain way for a reason, right? He put the most active people in a best spot for a reason. And then dumb privates think the squad leaders sleep, so we just extend. So anyway, we stage guard duty hours for no reason, right? So anyway, I talked to this guy who had been in the military for a few years. He like, yo, Uncle Freezy, you ever had turkey slices? And I'm like, turkey slices? You mean like back home? He like, yeah. I'm like,
Oh my God.
nah, I ain't never had turkey slices like back home because my no lie, my MOS, I was chemical, right? So I was a chemical guy. I get attached to division artillery. We always in the field, bro, always in the field, right? So we always eating MREs and all this stuff, right? So anyway, he like, yo, if you pull my guard duty for the next 5 nights, I'll give you this can of turkey slices. And I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that, bro. Because how I'm going to warm them up? You want me to eat cold turkey? Man, I'm going to be out here pooting. I'm going to give away our location because I'm going to be out here pooting. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, nah, bro, nah, listen. This is how you warm them up. So he gives me this bag, right? And all you have to do is take your canteen and put a little bit of water in it.
Add water, yeah.
And the bag will heat up, right? And you could put something in there and it'll warm up your food. Right? So he like, hey, so you don't believe me? I'm gonna just try this one. I go over to his track, right? I go over to his track. He like, yo, Uncle Freezy, try this. It's a piping hot turkey slice. And he take the small Tabasco bottle out the MRE pack and dab a little bit on top of the turkey slice. And he like, try this. So I taste a little bit, Kev, and I'm in love. Right. And you know the first thing I asked him, right? I was like, yo, he was like, yo, how you like it? I'm like, bro, did you say 5 nights? I might do this for 7 nights. Right? So he looks into the track, he pulls out a thing of turkey slices, bro. He pull out a thing of turkey slices, right? And he's like, yo, this will be yours if you do my guard duty for the next 5 nights. Right? And I'm like, done. So I get this tray of turkey slices, right? I keep it to myself. I keep it hidden, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody eating MREs. I'm walking around, man. I'm feeling good, man. Hey, fantastic, bro. Fantastic. And I find out I'm addicted to these turkey slices, bro. And then so I go back to him. And guess what? Kev? He then went back to the rear. Now I'm out of turkey slices. Right? So
But you're still
I'm
on
out of
guard duty.
but I still got guard duty, and I'm eating MREs, bro. The turkey slices was so good that I was trying to get some of the turkey slices when we got back to the rear. You know what I'm saying? They were so good to me, right? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that reminded me of what you doing with that Mountain Dew in that glass. It
We
somehow
went
the
all the way
passionate
to turkey slices to me drinking like
Kev,
a
you
legit
ever slept,
one full cup of Mountain Dew.
Kev, you ever slept on the ground in a tent? You ever slept on the ground?
Briefly,
Okay. So in Louisiana they have weird weather, right? So we go to this place, we set up our camo nets or do all this stuff, set up perimeter, all this stuff that we supposed to do that people outside the military probably have no idea what I'm talking about, right? But we're sleeping on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, bro. It was raining so much that my socks are wet, my underwear wet. Everything I bought with me that's not in my wet weather bag is drenched. Right, drenched, bro. When I say drenched, I'm talking about you couldn't find a dry place anywhere,
Yeah.
bro. This is if the tent is, bro. What I'm saying, you can't find a. If you found something dry, I guarantee you, in the next 20 seconds, it was gonna be wet, right? Because we're in a swamp, right? Louisiana, Fort Polk, Louisiana, that's swampy, bro. So anyway, you know what? I ain't even gonna continue. I'm thinking
so
about Fort Polk, Louisiana, and I shouldn't. It's just random. Denver Nuggets, y'all make me so mad. I'm talking about Fort Polk, Louisiana.
here's a weird kind of story. I have been camping one time in my life. When I was a young lad, I was probably like,
G-Man, did he just say camping?
He did. I wasn't gonna speak on it, but he
Okay,
did say
all right,
camping.
sweet.
it was like a
Okay,
summer
sweet.
camp kind of thing. Well, I used to go to like the boys' club I used to go to the boys' club all the time, and they took us camping in the woods, right, to Black Lake. So I don't know where Black Lake is right now. I don't want to know where Black Lake is right now. I've buried it deep in the recesses of my mind. So everybody said, it'll be fun. This is great. Let's go out in the woods. So my mom was like, it was great. We packed everything and whatever. I got on the bus and I'm like,
So who you pushed in the hole, Kev?
So I'm probably 8. No, I'm probably 10 or 11. Probably 11. I feel 11ish. So we get out there, and so I remember Big Joe got arrested there, and he was like, "We ain't got no hot water. You better take showers when the good Lord got that sun up to warm that water up." And I'm like, "You should have told us this before I got on the bus. What's going on here?" So that's how we got these tents out. Y'all got y'all sleeping bags. I'm like, hold on. So we're not going to like a cabin. We got to legit have these tents. This is not going the way. Can we turn this bus around right now?
What?
So we get there.
Kev, what?
Yes. So we get there in Black Lake. And there's these big green tents all around. And me and my friend at the time, all right, we're going to get this one. And I'm like, I legit have to sleep on the ground? What? Oh my God. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. So we went on a Monday. I remember this, a Monday. It's supposed to be like
Kev,
2
you sound mad bougie, bro. You sound mad bougie right now, Kev. You sound mad soft with a capital
trust
T
me,
at
if I
the
sound
end.
soft right now, wait till I get to the end of the story. So, I'm trying to make the best of this experience. I remember we went on this canoe. Me and this dude, I can't remember, his name is Vincent. I don't know why I remember this kid named Vincent, who I remember like, why am I on this canoe with him? Because if I remember correctly, me and you aren't even cool like that. So why would I get on a raft with you in the middle of the lake like this? I don't know. But it was me, Vincent, because we're the same age, and this dude named JB. Now, JB was probably about 3 or 4 years younger than us. Now, I don't know how we got out in the middle of this lake. We got out to the middle of the lake, but for the love of us, couldn't get back. I remember we just going in circles. And we're like, how in the world did we get here in the first place? And Big B, Brandon, one of the counselors, came out because JB was crying, bawling, just bawling tears, crying because he thought he was going to drown and never was going to see his mama again. So we like, okay, what's going on? So Big B came out in the raft, got JB, and was like, y'all two need to figure out way back to shore. I'm like, we 11. What is happening here? You need to rescue us too. When Parent Day came on Thursday, 4 days into a 14-day trip, I had my stuff ready, and I'm like, Mama, I'm ready to go. Come on, that baby, ain't you? Nope, let's go. I am not staying here. I am ready. I was packed and ready to go.
It's City for real. What's good, City? City for real. It's City.
Yo,
What's
what is good?
Why you interrupt this Hoodie Cab story?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
This is the second time this has happened in a row where I'm in the middle of telling a story and sit here and pop up like, that's City.
I didn't know. My bad. I didn't even say nothing yet. Like, but
it's
no,
City
go ahead. Continue the story.
It's City for real. City for real is in the building. What's good?
I'm hype. I'm good.
City, what's good? You interrupted Hoodie Cap's story about his rich family sent him to a camp during summer, and he was away from his nanny. He was away from his. He was away from his nanny for like 6 days, and he had to tie his shoe all by himself. Nanny, they made me tie my shoe all by myself.
I'm pretty sure that's not how my story went at all.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about tying shoes tonight? Is that what we doing?
I'm pretty sure that's not how my story went. I was in the middle of the woods, and I had to sleep on the ground in a tent.
Instead of his king-size bed. What 8-year-old sleep in a king-size bed, Kev? Are you serious right now? An 8-year-old boy sleep in a king-size bed, and his nanny wake him up at 7:45 every day and brush his teeth, and then he come on the Knicks. Then he come on the Knicks at Night podcast, talk about Reggie Bullock suck. What kind of life is this?
This sounds like the life of somebody who was born in Zamunda, but I was not born in Zamunda. I did not have rose petals thrown at my feet.
I don't understand. I don't understand what it is. It's like my nanny took a vacation day. Once she was my nanny for 7 years, and she took one vacation day in 7 years, and I'm still upset with her about that.
I'm pretty sure I never had a nanny.
Your nanny took one vacation day in 7 years, and you still, man, you scarred.
Never had a nanny ever in my life.
Kev, come on, bro. Kev, you already told me about the house. You already told me about the plantation house.
A plantation house? What?
Yes.
What is this, Django Unchained? What's happening here?
Yo, Kev, don't make
this a big house.
You told the story on the Knicks Night podcast, bro. You the one that said the family plantation house where the family come back to and got all these rooms in it.
I said, and my aunt Nita, I have an aunt Nita. She lives in my family, my ancestors have had this house since like slavery. The house has obviously evolved and been remodeled, and obviously since then. But this house, this plot of land, has been in my family for like I don't know how long. It's not like a big house, as they say back in the day. It's a house that's been in our family for many, many generations. It's a very modest
Hey man, don't change the story, bro. Don't change the story.
Mm.
Don't change the story because that'd be mad humiliating. And then
Definitely not.
plus you gotta be real with the viewers, bro.
I'm very real. There was a point in time in the
No, City
70s. My
is
mother.
for real. City is for real. City
There's a
for
point
real.
in time in my mother's life where
I'm
that house
asking
did
for
not
stuff.
have indoor plumbing, and this is like the late 60s, 70s.
Oh,
Did
he
not
go
have
changing
indoor
the story.
plumbing.
City, he changing the story.
That's not. Go back to the tape. That house did not. And I remember they're telling me this story. Like, where was y'all going at? Y'all had an outhouse. What? I can't
He
even
changing.
imagine
And
an
now he changing the
outhouse. Who
story.
does that? Good Lord. I don't even like
What
going
was
to the bathroom outside, let alone having to go outside in a little hut.
City,
I don't even like porta
City.
johns.
Now,
I will
City.
not
Now.
use a porta john. I won't do it.
I know
Come on,
you
man.
Never
just
catch hoodie
don't take.
Kev and a
Will
porta
not
john.
use. Hey, you know what? I will use a porta john. You think I won't? Because I've been in certain places. Well, I had to take an entrenching tool with me to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Now I know you don't know what an entrenching tool is, and I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into all of that stuff. But at the
The
time when
what?
I had
What are
that
you, an
entrenching tool in my
astronaut?
hand, at the time I had that entrenching tool in my hand, I would love to have seen a porta john. That's all I'm
Absolutely.
saying.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. Now,
Absolutely. With toilet
now,
paper in it too? With real
now,
toilet paper? Oh,
right.
oh. So you ain't got to use them little napkins that come out your MRE package? Oh my God. Stop
Oh
playing.
my
Mm.
goodness. Yeah,
Stop playing.
and so I know Hoodie Kev and Rob the Nick come from money, right? I know this, and I'm not jelly. All I'm saying is the facts are the facts, right? But Hoodie Kev, the fact that Hoodie Kev is on here saying that he wouldn't use a porta john just drives home the fact that he come from money, bro. That he
Yo,
comes from
Freezy.
This has nothing to do with coming from. Listen, I don't know where this money came from. I ain't seen a dime of it yet. Me not having to use a porta john is I grew up with some messed up friends that would do some messed up stuff to people,
right.
and so I was just out of habit now. Won't do
So
it because I'm like, man, if I go in here, my
so
friends gonna do
did
something.
he tell you the time that his friend fired his chauffeur at Christmas? Is this the one?
What? I don't recall ever telling the story like that ever in my life.
Bro,
Who had a
it was
chauffeur?
some weird story, bro. It was some weird story. Like his small friends got mad and thought it
Oh
would be
god, now my
cool
friends are
to
spoiled too.
fire the family help at Christmas. They thought that would
What?
be man, listen, I'll fire
What?
them. I'll fire them.
What is happening here? I don't
Bro, come on,
understand
bro. Come on, bro.
what is going on. I have never in my life told a story where me and or any of my friends ever fired the help because we never had no
Bro.
help. We
Well,
were the
maybe
help
you
growing
should
up. The
tell a
kids.
story.
Listen,
Hold
I
on.
don't know what. Listen,
You had
there
a
was
chauffeur,
no.
Kev?
No,
You
I
had a
had no chauffeur. My mama was a
And
chauffeur.
that's why
My mama took me to school
when
every
when
day.
we tell the story about the Knicks, we be like, yo, when we go to the garden, we sit in section such and such, row such and such, you know what I'm saying, by such and such, right? Kev can't comprehend that. That's like when we be like, yo, we can't legit give credit to other people because when we go in the garden, we sit by our people. But when you sit in the suite, bro, when you sit in the suite, away from everybody else, you don't get the same feeling.
What?
You don't get the same
Who
feeling.
am I, Jerry
You don't.
Jones? What's happening here? I don't got no sweet.
City. All I'm saying is, bro, when we go in the garden, we sit in certain sections, bro. We sit with our people. You know what I'm saying? That's why
I
we
see with
love the
people
Knicks, bro.
too.
The Denver Nuggets can legit beat us by 16, 18 points. And I'm gonna give them some credit, but I ain't giving them nothing else. I'm like, y'all was better than us tonight. Whoopie doo. I'm moving on. You know what I'm saying? But when you sit up in the suite and it's all champagne, caviar, and bubble baths. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, the Denver Nuggets are an excellent organization. I respect them. And they have players better than us and such and such. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that, bro. I sit down in a section where you legit drink beer, eat hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit up in the suite where it's champagne, caviar, and bubble baths.
What? I ain't never taken a
Yes.
bubble bath in my
You don't
life.
remember champagne, caviar, and bubble baths? See, that's life that I lead. You suck MC.
That's not. That's just
You know,
when I tell y'all that's not my life. I don't know who life that is. That's not
boy.
my life. I drink
Come on, Kev.
Mountain Dew. This ain't champagne. It might got a little fizz to it, but this definitely ain't no champagne.
Please don't ever reference Fizz again. Please don't ever reference Fizz again. He set us back. Fizz set us back 5 years.
I legit wasn't meaning that fizz. I meant like carbonation fizz.
Yo,
Freezy.
The roll call, bro.
Yo, that's what I was about to Freezy. That's what I was just about to say that. Yo, like, listen, man. Who's with it? Y'all with it tonight? Did we do this at all yet?
If you ready to hit a roll call, throw some thumbs up in the chat.
Did we do this at all yet? Did we do it yet?
No,
we're just having some dialogue.
No, because Kev came in like a petulant adult who got his trust fund knocked down by 5%. He mad because he can't buy his yacht. He wanted the 80-foot yacht. He wanted an 80-foot yacht, and he can only afford it. And he only bought a 75-foot yacht, so he mad.
Y'all get this thing lit.
What is happening here? Listen, hold on.
Y'all want the roll call. Get this thing lit.
I grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina. Not Beverly Hills, California.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Hoodie Kev, can we stop making this about you so we can do the roll call, please?
I got to get the record straight because I don't want people to think that I'm
roll call.
Like
so the
Bruce Wayne or something. I ain't Bruce Wayne.
You bougie? Are you bougie, Kev?
Y'all want it?
I don't know. What is your definition of bougie exactly?
Well, no, come on, Kev. Stop making this about you, man. We trying to do the roll call.
Do y'all want it?
How you say that? Hold on.
City,
is setting people up.
Roll call, City, so we can get hyped up, bro. Let's get this energy up, City. Let's go.
And then he gonna say, "Let's go." Let's say before Kevin get on his yacht.
Let's go, man. Yo, if y'all with it, I want to see the orange and blues in the chat again, and I want to see the thumbs up in the chat again. If y'all ready for the roll call, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what's going on right now. We about to get it live, man. Your hype man is here. Yo, your hype man is here. Let's get it going, man. Y'all want that thing or not? Huh? Is that what y'all want? Y'all want that thing or not?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, please go ahead and do it.
Let's see the thumbs up. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Get it going.
It's like the world's longest intro to a song.
Can we
get to the song, please?
There we go, man. Let's shout out some people. Shout out to Ivy 280 in the building. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Brad Johnson. Shout out to Nichelle Cole holding it down. John Weber is here with the thumbs up, liking the stream, saluting the stream. Everybody knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to City. He put some orange and blue for the roll call. I got to give a shout out to myself. It's okay. Shout out to Chris Chang is in the building. Pimping is here. Alora Gibbs got the thumbs up once again. Is here. Yo, Elvis has not left the building. Yo, Elvis is still in the building, rocking with us. We doing all right. We doing good, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Allah-wise, shout out to you for the thumbs up. Bro, start a new streak. You already know I'm going to start a new streak and I'm going to bring the hat back out because obviously you already know, man. Once it happens, once we get a loss, I can't look at it. I can't see it. I gotta put it up, right? And then when we get on the next W, the city lights will be on, and everybody's lights will be paid because they'll be sparkling bright. You already know. You already know, man. Got a couple more people in the building. Let me see who we got. Obviously, we got the Sarge. Wilson Dang is here. Wilson Dang is here. Yo, salute to you, Wilson Dang. We appreciate you. We appreciate you all. Matter of fact, we appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Guess why? Because guess what? We can roll y'all all together. And hopefully, our next game, after we roll y'all all together, we'll make a big snowball. You ever got hit in the face with a snowball?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully that's what we do. That's what we do with the team. We gonna take the chat. We gonna roll it all together, make a big snowball, hit the next team in the face, and it's gonna sting. Hopefully, it stings. It burns. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do. Let's go. Where y'all at? Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Get the energy up, yo. Throw y'all fire in the chat. Throw y'all orange and blue in the chat, man. We rocking, man. We rocking. We here. We here. Frederick, I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get that thing in there. Get that thing in there. We here. We here. But listen, man, we had a tough loss tonight. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. As Uncle Freezy would say, party people. It's all right. Just relax. You know what I'm saying? It's only one. It's only one. It's only one. Oh, matter of fact, two. My bad. Don't take me there. It's only two out of what, the last 12? Oh, what, 12 or 13? What is it? I can't remember. Somebody help me out. We lost two. We lost two out of what? 12, 13?
We are
13.
12 out of 14.
12 out of 14. There we go. See? I know somebody will help me. But it's okay. It's only 2 games, bro. Only 2. Only 2. We gonna be all right. There's no reason to panic. You know what I'm saying? Nobody needs to hit the button. You know what I'm saying? Nobody needs to hit the panic button. We all right. We good, man. Let's just hope we come back with a vengeance. I'm rooting. I'm rooting
Hoodie
for it.
Cav, participate, bro. Stop pouting. Hoodie Cav drinking out the bottle. Hoodie Cav, stop pouting. What's going on?
Time low. Kev is taking it to the head out of the Mountain Dew ball. What is happening right now? What is going on? Do we need to do an intervention? Do we need an intervention right now? Kev, are you okay? I need to know. Are you okay? You are drinking from the bottle, bro. You drinking from the bottle.
Hoodie
Come
Cav
on,
is legit. Kev, you can share this spotlight, bro. Stop being.
Let's
Hoodie
go.
Cav is legit like a spoiled baby. Hoodie Cav is a spoiled baby. Hoodie Cav is like, yo, your city for real come in here showing love to the chat. What about me? Everybody should be looking at me. Everybody focus on Hoodie Cav. Look at me.
Yo, let's go. Come on, man. Like, yo, listen, man.
How much Mountain Dew you got left, Kev? I'm just curious. How much Mountain Dew left in the bottle? Because I don't need you to run
like
out
half.
right now. Half? Okay. All right. So I look, see, and the top wasn't even on tight. That's how I know something wrong. That's exactly how I know something wrong right now.
Yo, let's go. Let's go, man. Where the chat family at? We lost tonight. We need to regroup. We need to regroup. Show your orange and blue love, man. We need to regroup. Let's go, man. Show your orange and blue love. Throw that thing in there one time. You know what I'm saying? Throw that thing one time in there for your boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we here, man. Do it. Throw that
Yo,
100
LOI,
man. We here.
LOIs, check this out. I appreciate the fact that the troops on the front line, they've been marshaled. Everybody's been briefed. We are on the way from Denver, Colorado to the Sunshine State. So I'm telling you right now, get your gear in order. Go ahead and do your pre-travel inspections. Make sure you got what you need, right? Because we about to go to the Sunshine State right now. I'm telling you, they don't want this problem. The problem is coming, and the Knicks fans are gonna bring the problem. So let's go. Let's go. Execute the order. Movement. We at moving
Oh,
right now, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get going. March order is in effect right now. So Knicks fans, regardless of what you got going on right now or how you feel, this is what I need for you to do. Peep gang. This is what I need for you to do. I need for you to go ahead and get in whatever your mode of transportation is. Plane, train, automobile, bicycle, skateboard, rollerblades. I don't care what it is.
If
You
you
know what
listen
I'm
to Uncle
saying?
Freezy, I'm the only one who got their own private jet, obviously. If you listen to what
You
Uncle Freezy
do.
got to
You
say.
do, you do, Kev. And you know, if you were a responsible Knicks fan, what I would do is go to Denver and pick up all them people that's out there on the tarmac waiting on you and take them to Phoenix. That's what I would do if I were you. You know, to show some, some ownership and responsibility to the fans. You know, can you do that, Kev? Can we get on the hoodie cab jet and take
Uh,
a trip?
oh.
Apparently, like I said, I'm Bruce Wayne if you listen to Uncle Freezy.
Kev, hoodie Kev, listen. I know your nanny is right off camera looking at you. I know she's right off camera.
How am I a grown man with a nanny? Wait a minute. Why do I
Kev,
still have a nanny at 35?
Kev, listen. I question people like lifestyle decisions. So all I do is just try to show love to everybody. Like what you do in your own life is fine. I don't question none of
Wait
that,
a minute.
bro.
Where is
I
this
don't
going?
judge. What I will say though is tell your nanny when she buckle your seatbelt up in the back seat to drive you to Phoenix. You should tell her to make sure those flights are cold, bro. Nobody likes eating room temperature orange slices
I don't think I don't.
and
Oh
fruit
my!
cups.
I ain't had a fruit cup since.
Hey, but
So
it's
for
on
real.
yourself.
So here's a weird thing. I don't know about y'all. Y'all might have some of y'all might. I don't know. I know down south we used to have something called I forgot the name of it. I was just talking about it yesterday. Jungle juices.
Jungle juice.
They
Okay.
usually come in like these cartons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe that big. This is jungle juice. These like red, purple.
Hey, how did you find out about jungle juices, Kev?
Huh?
Did you read that on the internet? Because I know y'all chef did not get served y'all no jungle juices.
Now I
You know what I'm
got a
saying?
chef.
He
What
might have
is
served you.
happening?
He might have served you dragon fruit, but he ain't never served you no jungle juice.
Yeah.
What is going on? Am I part of the Banks
Yeah.
family? You talking about Carlton? I had Carlton.
Cam, the Fresh Prince of
Yeah.
Durham.
I guess I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Exactly. He the Fresh Prince. He Carlton.
Oh,
He is
my
Carlton. I
goodness.
bet you. I bet you know how to do that Wayne dance.
Oh,
Oh,
the
don't
thing
know.
is not unusual to
Don't
be
know.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm dying right now, boy. Y'all killing me right now. I swear to God. I'm dying.
Oh goodness
Oh my
gracious.
goodness.
Oh
Oh,
man.
But no,
Yo, come on,
jungle
man.
juices used to be like
Y'all hit that
the
like,
jump.
man.
I used to play like baseball when I was a kid. They used to have this little store in front of the baseball fields. I used to run over there and get out jungle juices. I don't know why I thought about that, but that happened.
mm-mm, mm-mm. So Kev, tell me what do you think we need to do to prep for this game we got on Friday?
The first and most important thing is not to come out starting slow. We have a tendency to do that from time to time. Julius, here's the thing. I don't want to come out and have Julius start firing a bunch of shots to prove a point against Phoenix because he feels some kind of way about the last game. It has to be a team effort. We can't start off slow. We can't let Devin Booker get off early like he did the last game. But then again, you talk about players of Devin Booker's caliber, there's really not much you can do sometimes. Other than do your best to contain him. You don't want to get beat off switches, off the pick and roll. We're going to close down. We also need to do the same thing we did against DeAndre Ayton. I think we kept him under 10 points last game. So I don't want anything big from him either. And the last thing is keep your composure. That might be the number one thing, being able to keep our composure.
Okay.
I say that because if you want to say that this team is young, more than being young, this team is inexperienced. Not used to playing important games the last few games of the season. Like Julius Randle has never been in this situation to where we're playing meaningful games this late into the season in his career. Obviously, RJ Barrett, not used to this type of environment. So this is where you have to rely on the Derrick Roses.
Not true, Kev. He did play meaningful games. He just ain't play a playoff game. They had a little run going down to the end of the season when he was with New Orleans.
Who, Julius?
Yeah,
Or
it was in
RJ?
playoff contention going down
Julius.
towards the end. They
There's
didn't
a
make
difference.
it.
There's a difference between being in playoff. What I
We
mean
in
by
playoff
that is,
contention.
what I mean by that is, you know you're going to the playoffs now. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You know you're going.
No,
So that's different
a
than
playing game. If you ain't the top 8, I don't consider 9 and 10 playoff.
Well, the thing about it, we can't slip beyond 6, so we automatically gonna be in the playoffs. We can't
We
Hey,
can't
slip
win.
that far.
somebody got some
But I
music
got
playing in
music
the
playing.
background.
Well,
Somebody got music playing in the background.
It sounds like Uncle Freezy is doing the 1930s, jive. Like, he going to Spanky's in Harlem.
You
Freezy, get out of Spanky's.
boy.
Bro, you gonna stop disrespecting Class 86, bro. You gonna stop disrespecting Class 86.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
The dew is kicking in. The dew has kicked in officially. I'm telling you right now. I can always tell. I can tell.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
And I notice you only disrespect my age, but you don't say that to Rob the Knick.
Right.
What?
You don't say
That's
that.
my
to-
agent. Rod the nigga is my agent. I can't listen. He the one who get me the checks. You can't talk about you can't talk bad about the agent.
So for people that don't know, what I try to do is when Hoodie Cab gets off the rails, like when Hoodie Cab tries to be something he not, like when Hoodie Cab tries to be street, and when Hoodie Cab tries to be hood or tries to be street, I try to get Rob the Knick to set him straight. It only happened like twice this year, and both of them happened like in February, I think. Right? But don't get it twisted. I will text Rob the Knick and tell him to call Hoodie Cab to get Hoodie Cab back straight. Be yourself, bro.
So let me ask this question, and I'm curious right
I
now.
don't remember
Right?
these instances.
No, this is a legit question, right? So since you come from prestige and money and
I don't
affluence,
come from no. I don't
I'm-
listen to Freezy when you say that. That is not true.
I'm trying to
Wait,
figure
what?
out how you come. I'm trying to figure out how you come up with the name Hoodie Cab, because hoodie means that to me it means you're from the hood. I've seen you on camera a whole bunch of times, and early on you might have had a hoodie on, but here lately you polo down. Is that a polo you got on right now?
This
Is it a polo?
This is a polo. Yes.
See, so
I actually, contrary to popular, let me take the lean on me. Contrary to popular belief, I did not grow up in the suburbs. I have never lived in the suburbs in my entire life.
Where you live at right now?
I live in an apartment
In the suburbs.
complex. And
Is
definitely not the suburbs.
Is it
I
a gated
wish
community?
I lived in the suburbs.
Is it a gated community?
No, definitely not. A gated community is wide open. Anybody can walk. I live literally behind a gas station and a laundromat.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think you've been incognito.
I live on the north side of Durham.
Oh,
okay.
Ooh, okay.
I live on the north side of Durham.
I know where that is. Yeah.
I live on the south side. I wish I lived on the south side of Durham. I live on the north side.
But I think what generally happens is when people don't want to be found out, they move in those type of neighborhoods and try to keep a low profile.
I don't think that happened at all. At all.
That's not what happened?
That's definitely not what happened. I was like, I need to find somewhere affordable because the price of living in Durham is skyrocketing. What's going on here? It's just me. I don't got nobody else I can depend on. I ain't got a wife or my mama. It's me. So rent, car payment, car insurance, lights, water, cable, internet, phone, food, gas, all that is me. I swear, y'all see me. I be on here at work. That's how much I be working.
What that means is this: you are very good at keeping up the facade. I applaud you for that, because everything you just named, all those things you just named on two hands, that means you got to have a good credit score. Okay, so most broke people don't have good credit scores. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't have bad credit. I don't have great credit. I have like okay credit.
A good credit score. I didn't say excellent. I didn't say poor. I said good. And what you just said, it solidifies my good. That's checking the block. Kev has a good credit score. Hey, it's okay to be successful, Kev. You don't have to be ashamed.
I'm getting to the level of being successful. I'm getting
That's
there.
Good. There you go. There you go.
I don't got a man cave like G-Man or Rob the Nick.
What?
I wish I had a man cave. I don't. I got a 2-bedroom townhouse.
That's a man cave. So this is, let's not get it twisted, right? Let me explain to you what a man cave is, right? A man cave is this. When you live in a house with other individuals, right? You have to carve out a section of your house that can be yours, that you can go in, you can be comfortable, you can do the things we're doing right now, decorate it how you need to decorate it, and be okay. And everybody in the house is okay, and they understand that's your space. You, my friend, have an entire townhouse that's a man cave. So, I mean, I'm jealous right now because
and you don't even got no orange and blue curtains.
You know what I'm saying?
You see my house? Right now? Look, I don't have no curtains at all. I can afford curtains. You literally see every time you see me, I'm in front of the blinds. I don't got no curtains. I can't afford no curtains. What a curtain!
Come on, man.
What I look like? Yeah. I don't got the budget for curtains. That's a luxury.
You can go get curtains, Kev. You just choose not to.
That's a luxury. I can't get no curtains.
You just choose not to. That's all. It's okay. It's okay.
I ain't got it like y'all.
Look, I would. Who like us? You are living your best life right now, Kev.
Definitely not. This is my best life. Whew, good Lord,
bro. You talking about you ain't got it like us, and I'm legit outside in the front yard chasing turkeys. Not even for my own dinner, but just chasing them just to get them away.
Listen, I can't help that you got 70 acres of yard because you moved to Idaho. I ain't got no yard.
Yo, okay? Out of control. What? Out of control. Cam, I'm telling you.
People, I have legit, the office where I live, have people cut my grass. I don't even do it myself.
So right there, that further helps me prove my point. You got people to come cut your own grass.
It's a plot. Me? I got a plot.
I gotta go outside and cut my grass.
I would love to cut grass. I can't afford it. I probably couldn't even afford a lawnmower. I'm poor.
You just legit say you got people to come cut your grass. You don't need that for the lawnmower.
My office has people. My leasing office has people to come cut the grass in the entire community. I'm just one of the people who live in the community.
So City, hear what he just said. Now I'm going to retort what he just said. Right? He said, "I have my office. You know what? My people. I don't have people. It's me. I got to go outside with a push lawnmower and cut my grass. My office will come make sure things are done.
Leasing office. Leasing office.
You can't clean that up.
My leasing office gets folk to come out there, contracted to come cut the grass like twice a month. They did it the other day. Woke me up all early. I'm like, what's going on here? I thought people was out there riding motorcycles or something.
What time
Kev,
what time
early in the morning.
What time they wake you up, Kev?
Man, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. What are y'all doing out here?
Listen,
y'all don't supposed to wait till the afternoon. Waking me up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Most working people get up at like 7, 8 o'clock and got to be on their job.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Like usually most people are. You
still in the bed at 9? What time you go to work, Cam?
That's because I'm up with y'all till 3 o'clock in the morning. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up with y'all. That's why I can't go to sleep.
I'm just saying, normal people get up. Normal people set their alarm to like 6 o'clock in the morning. They get up
in the morning.
They take a shower. They have a cup of coffee. They get in their car and they commute to wherever it is they got to commute to if they're commuting. So they're at work by 8. They're in the office by 8 doing whatever it is that they do. For those that work remote, they may have a different schedule. You legit just said that you were annoyed because somebody woke you up at 9 o'clock.
Kev works second shift.
Exactly. I work in the evening.
He works second shift.
Oh, what you got to leave with that, Kev? You got to leave with that kind of information.
Y'all see me at night working. I be at night at work. Y'all have legit seen me at work on here. And we started at 11:45.
You in the building. You ain't really doing work. You just in the building.
I was about to say that, Rob. I was about to say that. There's a difference between being on the premises and actually
you know what
doing
you told us you be telling customers? I heard you when you picked up the phone one time. They asked for you. You said you wasn't there.
What? What?
You say he'll be in the morning.
Rob is telling this story wrong. What happened is somebody called. And they wanted to speak to the manager.
Which was him.
You.
Now I'm the assistant general manager. So I said, well, our general manager will be in the morning if you want to talk to him. I just played it off like I've been here too. Listen, if that was at the beginning of the shift, I would have dealt with it. That's like the end. I ain't had the patience to deal with it anymore.
I'll be on the phone with Kev just shooting the jive, right? Somebody call and they about to work. He mad at them. They calling on work hours and he mad at them. They disturbing him.
Listen,
he like that lady he like the nurse at the hospital. You got up there, you got a bullet wound. She on the phone with her friend talking about, hold on.
That again, this would be at the end of the shift. Well, I did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And they want to come. I'm trying to wind it down. And they want to call and ask them for something. No, you can wait till the morning. Because obviously what you need is not that important.
Boy, look.
I didn't work too hard in my life not to delegate to other people.
That's backwards. How do you not delegate to other people?
No, what I'm saying is I worked too hard in my life to be able to delegate.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you. I got what you're saying.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm delegating.
No, you're not delegating. You running from responsibility. That's what you doing. You look. If I'm in my room, right, I'm staying at your hotel, and I legit got a problem with my room, and I call and I
What's
say
the problem?
I'm calling the front desk. First of all, that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling. I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling the front desk. My problem is the people next door to me. I can smell weed coming out of their room, right? And I got
Mm.
asthma.
Oh
So that
man.
weed is messing with my sinus. So
Did you pack an inhaler?
yes, I did, but
Oh,
that's not the
well,
problem.
take some
That's not
puffs.
my. I'm gonna tell you, no, hell no. So this is what I'm gonna tell you is this right here. I paid to stay in this room with a sign downstairs that says no smoking in the building, right? Because there are
Mm-hmm.
signs down there that says no smoking in the building. Am I
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I should not have to fear, the fact that I need to suckle my inhaler to get me through the night because there should be no smoking in the room. So when I
What
call
you
the front
mean?
desk and I say, listen, there's somebody up here smoking. So what you gonna do about that? What
Um.
what do I get? What do I get, Kev? Tell me how you handle that situation.
Well, and this has
They
happened
clean
like
the smoking room and charge them $250 and then tell you good luck.
Rob said the words right out my mouth. When I tell you that's what I was
I
about to say.
told you I was a
Look,
chief engineer at a hotel. I already
I'm
know what they
sorry.
do.
Let me go ahead and charge them $250 for smoking. I don't know what to tell you what to do. I did all. Listen, I can't. Theoretically, I can't be like. How do I
You
put
could
it?
you could have put me in a room that was not smoke infested. You could have done that.
I don't know. Here's my thing. You act like I go up to the rooms. I don't. I barely leave the desk.
That's the problem,
So
right
if you
there.
call,
That's the
if
problem.
you call, if you call down, like, okay, someone's next door is
No,
smoking.
that's the executive housekeeper job
Yeah, I don't
to
go
check
up
the
to the
room.
rooms.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
So if you say someone next door is smoking, even if
Mm-hmm.
I legit would have to go up to the room and physically see them smoking. I
Okay.
can't just accuse them of smoke. The room might smell like high heaven like weed,
Right. But you didn't see him smoking.
but I did not see them smoking.
Just my question. Are you going to the room?
Are you?
That's my question. Are you
Are
gonna
you
get up from your
asking
desk?
Hoodie Kev
Are you,
and
yeah,
I go
yes.
into the room?
Is
Oh no, I'm
Hoodie
not going
Kev?
up there. No, no, I'm not going up there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in my computer, put in this $250, enter. Okay, now I get that done. Now I can
Wait,
worry about my next task.
wait. So you mean to tell me? If I heard this correctly,
You heard it
when things
correctly.
go down, when things go down,
Hoodie
we
Kev ain't
can't
leaving
get
his
Hoodie
desk.
Kev to come to the room
No,
to regulate stuff.
Hoodie Kev is not leaving his desk. That's what Hoodie Kev just said. I'm not leaving my desk. What he gonna do is he gonna find whoever he think is responsible without checking it out. Because he just legit said I cannot go
Now Rob
upstairs.
used to be the chief engineer. This is what I do. I get in my walkie. Rob, can you please go up and check the hallway and see if you smell some kind of marijuana from
Yeah,
room
but usually
242?
that's at night. I ain't there. You gotta handle it, Kev.
Now most hotels have a night
What you got a
either a
security guard?
houseman, you either have a night houseman or evening houseman up
You
until like
got a
11 or a maintenance guy, depending.
you got
So
a
I'm
you
like,
got
look,
a
I need you to go to room 214 and just sniff around, see if you smell something, please. Thank you.
Oh, you
you
gonna
got
send McGruff up there?
Over and out.
I was about to say,
You gonna send McGruff up
And
there
then they come
to
down.
sniff around?
That's 10-4. There's some wheat. All right, let me go ahead and get my computer.
see?
Put in this 250.
Still ain't got it off the desk.
Enter.
You got top flight security of the world up on the floor trying to do detective work. What is really going on? See, this is exactly why I
Yo,
don't like
what? All
staying
right,
in hotels. This is
all right.
exactly why I go here. Boy, I tell you to get look.
Yo, what are we doing? Don't
So
we got a game on Friday?
We can't help that you came in 2 hours late and we didn't talk about this
Y'all
game,
talked
next
about
game, the
it
next
already?
game. Yes. I can
Y'all
help. You
talked about
came in
Friday's
2
game
hours
already?
late and we didn't
Yeah.
talk about the Phoenix Suns and
What
the
did
Phoenix
well?
and the
I want to know
Mercury.
what did people have to say? Is hold on? Let me ask the people. Is that wrong for me being late? Wanting to ask what did we talk about? Is that wrong for me? Is
Yep,
that
it
wrong
is.
of me? Is it?
You could have went back in the tape and got caught up.
Is it? Is it? No, I came in hot and heavy. Why would I need to go and check back? I'll check back
Sometimes you need to
later
come in.
on.
Sometimes you need to come in low and light and get caught
Listen,
up.
I just came in lower lights because I ain't got no lights
No,
on
you
tonight.
said
So
hot
you
and
already
heavy.
know.
Sometimes you need to come in, cool and light.
Hello.
Yeah, you said cool light, and I just told you I don't got no lights on
You
tonight.
said you came in hot and heavy. I said maybe you should have came in cool and light.
Okay.
And we wouldn't have been in this situation.
Okay. See, everybody's saying no, it's not wrong. Okay, that's okay.
Oh
That's what I'm
my
talking about.
God,
That's
Kev.
what I'm talking about. Like,
Look,
you know what I'm
Kev.
saying? Like, come on. I'm just
I'm gonna
asking a question,
need
man.
for you to put the do down. No more do for you tonight. The do time is over. No more. No more, Kev.
Yeah, or
No more
at
do.
least get a 20-ounce bottle. Don't get the
This
10 ounce.
little glass is not really doing a job. Cause I feel like
Listen,
once it like whatever it's gone. Like God, I don't took like 2
listen.
sips.
You just
Yeah.
legit took the whole 2 liter bottle of do to the head, brother. Come on now. That's a call for intervention right there. You on a straight up sugar high right now. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to help you. And you at work? Are you at work? Or are you at home?
No, I'm in a hotel. I'm visiting home, Wilmington. So I'm
Okay,
in this
okay,
nice.
okay. So you that's
I
a
don't
nice.
want I don't want Freezy to look at my whole room because he's like, oh look, you bougie, you in the penthouse.
You got a suite. I recognize a suite when I see it. That's a
I
suite.
only listen.
Here we go. Watch what happened. Watch what happened.
It's not me coming
He
off
about to
sounding.
confirm what Freezy just said. He about
It's
to go
not me
ahead, Kev.
trying to sound bougie
Watch what
or
happened.
uppity.
Go ahead, Kev.
This is about. I don't like feeling confined. I don't be like, oh man, it's just these 4 walls and that's it. I have to have my space. So I will only stay in suites. Because I need my space. I need to be able to walk to this room, I need to walk to that room, this room, my kitchen area. I need to be able to move around. I can't have it all in one. Like, what is this?
So let me ask you a question, Kev. How many people in that suite with you?
It's just me. Alone.
I knew it. I knew it. Boy, you look like Richie Rich. I'm telling you.
This is not like Richie Rich.
With the dog
I'm
named
not. I'm
Dollar.
I'm not at like the tip
It
of the
don't
top.
matter. It
I mean,
don't
yeah, I'm
matter,
at an
Kev.
Embassy Suites, and they nice.
Wow,
But
embassy. Oh, so that you're not living at the Super 8 or nothing like that. Embassy suites.
God.
Ooh, and you probably got
Um,
the executive package too. You got the executive package, Kev.
no, I do have the park and stay package though, because you got the park here, and I'm about to pay all that
Boy,
money each
look
and
at
every
here.
time.
Look at here, Kev. It's okay. I need for you to be okay with being bougie. Okay.
Again, you didn't
I need
see
to be okay with
if you dove deep into that, you realize I'm staying here off my employee discount.
Well, I mean that's a prop for the
So
job that you hold, and that's understandable.
yeah,
Okay,
so it's not like
I
I'm
get you.
paying full price. I'm not. That's another
So
thing.
you could have legit gotten just a regular room though, right? That was an option for you,
Yes.
but you chose not to. You chose to get a suite because you don't want to feel confined. You need room to roam and move around. So what that means to me is this:
Sweet.
your environment, you're used to an environment where you can move around. You know what I'm saying? So you're not used to those, little small 1 bedroom efficiency apartments. That's not you. That's not how you roll. So that further lets me know further lets me know. Kev,
You know that I was in college once and lived in dorms.
for how long?
But for how long?
Before you moved off campus.
2 years. So
Okay.
I didn't move off campus till my junior year.
But you did move off campus.
Yes, I did. Me
What?
and my friend. I didn't move out by myself. It was like 4 of us.
But why did you move off campus? Yeah? Why did you move off campus?
There was a lot of factors into it.
Was the space a factor in there?
Space was a factor, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'd had to sleep on them college dorm. They call them beds. I call them like blocks.
Did you feel that the blocks were beneath you? Did you feel that was?
I felt them beneath me, yeah. When I was like, oh God, my back. I felt them beneath me, all right, yeah.
Kev, it's okay to want better things. You know, I'm gonna stop calling you bougie. That's not fair to you, right? Because when I say bougie, people think a whole nother thing, right? I'm not gonna call you that. I'm just gonna say you are an individual that appreciate the finer things in life. That's how I'll put it. I'll put it like that.
Here's the thing with me. I did not, growing up, I didn't have a lot. I mean, I wasn't like poor or anything like that. It's just, I had to go to my friend's house to play their video games.
Yeah, me too.
So I didn't have a lot of the finer things, I guess if you want to say that. And that's not a knock on my upbringing. Lord knows I love my mama, and she did the best she could. So as I got older, I was like, well, I am only going to want, you know, better things.
Right.
So that's why I stay in suites and all that other stuff.
So Kev, this is what I'm gonna say, right? I tried to give you an out. I tried to make you not seem bougie, but that statement you just made took you right back to the bougie state, right? So,
and this is me because of where I came from. Where I came from is like, I only want to have this because of where
the finer things in life.
It's not even the finer things. It's having a suite.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, Kev. It's okay to have the finer things in life. It's okay. With that being said, listen, it's okay. We salute you, bro. I salute you. Yo, shout out to Rob. Shout out to the Sergeant, the G, man. Yo, shout out to Freezy for doing the thing for us. I'm jumping down in the chat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm jumping down in the chat. I'm going to rock with my chat family for the rest of the show because I can. And I'm going to rock with them. That's what I'm doing tonight. That's what I'm doing. I'm jumping down. I'm getting down there. I'll throw that thing up if y'all want to see me down there. I already know what I like, man. Put that on there.
I don't even know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about to do. It's all right. You don't got to know what I'm talking about. You'll see it. You'll read it if you watch it. It's okay.
Wow. What just happened?
Everybody in the chat like, Kev, you didn't kick City out.
You about to get the City for Real haters coming for you.
I'm telling you, that's what's happening. I'm telling you.
Here they come.
I told Freezy, I'm like, listen, I'm Roger Maris.
Look, you got to explain who Roger Maris is because some people don't understand who that is.
If y'all don't know there's a movie called 61. Please see this movie. In 1961, funny enough, 1961, the New York Yankees had two great baseball players. Great baseball players.
I told you. Look at the chat, Cam. Look at the chat. I told you it was about to happen. Here they come.
Anyway, so they had two great baseball players.
Yep.
Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loved Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle, yep. That's a fact.
Mickey Mantle was a great baseball player. Roger Maris was a very, very, very good baseball player. Won the MVP the year before. But they never loved Roger Maris like they loved Mickey Mantle. And that's who I am. I am Roger Maris.
What you are about to get crucified in the next 10 minutes. Boy, look here. Look, there's a revolution forming right now.
I would like to do something tonight because I have two OGs here with me in G-Man and Rob the Nick. I would like to do a game of comparison of NBA greats that I did not see firsthand. It's a difference between watching them, knowing who they are, and then watching them play in person. Like I can say I saw Michael Jordan play in my lifetime.
Right.
And the reason why I say Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, I remember watching Michael Jordan and thinking to myself, there is absolutely nothing anyone can do to stop this man from doing whatever it is that he wanted to do.
Agreed.
And I have yet to ever get that feeling with anyone since. With anyone, I can't say there is absolutely nothing. Like if he wanted to do something, he was going to do it. Nothing you can do about it.
That's a fact. That's a factual statement right there. I agree.
And this isn't a knock to, I guess you could say it's a knock. It's like LeBron. Like, there wasn't anything that was too big for Jordan. There was nothing that was too big for him.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew, like, Jordan wasn't going to lose. Like, he just wasn't going to lose. If push came to shove. And again, like I said, I haven't felt that about a player since. This is LeBron, this is Curry, this is Kobe. Just haven't felt that.
I think that with Jordan was the first of his kind. So let me go back, right? Let me go back to Dr. J. So when Dr. J came from the ABA and the ABA and the NBA kind of combined, that was something that was crucial, right? So when Dr. J played for Philadelphia, that was something that people had never seen. People literally legit came to the stadium. I'm non-Philadelphia fans. They legit came to the stadium just to see Dr. J play basketball, just to see what he was doing on the court because it had never been done before. When Michael Jordan was in college, Dean Smith legit had Michael Jordan handcuffed. He said, "You are going to play in this system of basketball, and that's all you're going to do." So the first time Michael Jordan got to experience freedom was when he went to the NBA, which is why during the younger days he was in the game in Boston. He scored those 62 points, but what he quickly realized that after that was, hey, you know what? I might score 62 points or whatever the case could be, but my team is losing. I would never be able to win a championship like this. So I have to change the way that I think. I think where people miss, and they can watch the highlights, films and whatnot, but unless you've actually legit been in a stadium watching Michael Jordan play basketball, oh my God, that's something to behold. The TV and all that it doesn't do him justice because just the things that he's able to do, and at any given point in the game, he does what he wants. To your point, Kev, hey, if I want to go left, if I want to go behind the back, if I want to dunk on you from the free throw line, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do first. Then I'm going to dare you to stop me, and then I'm going to do it to you.
I think that the closest player that I've seen since those that like I think Larry Bird was like that too. I think Magic was like that. The closest player that I can think of like that is probably Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry has a little bit of that. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do,
and you can't stop me.
And you're still not gonna stop it.
So
like I legit heard a story like Bird was like, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna pump fake, I'm gonna spin right, I'm gonna lay it up on you.
Yeah.
And he would legit go left, pump fake, spin right, and lay it up on you. And you'd be like, I know this white boy ain't just, what in the world just happened here?
I think that anybody that has come after the Jordan era, I don't want to call them intimidators, but I would say they have taken bits and pieces of his game and incorporated it into theirs. To the point that, how do you get in people's heads? The game is bigger than just what I'm going out on the court doing on a day-to-day basis. I gotta get in your head. I gotta be able to do that psychological warfare to get you out off your game. So when you're shooting your threes, then you worried about me coming in and defending you and things of that nature. But the thing that is most special, what makes a person special, is the level of competition between Detroit, Boston, and New York, and Indiana. Those teams right there gave Jordan. They literally made Michael Jordan who he is, because he would actually legit come into your stadium and walk into your locker room and say, "Hey, listen, who guarded me tonight? Oh, who the Cavs guard me tonight? Oh, that's 50." And he'd go out and get 50. Who does that? But in my mind right now, Michael Jordan is, although I hold him in complete reverence to the answer to your original question, the person that, for me, that does it for me is Walt Clyde Frazier. Seeing Frazier play ball, legit, that dude is something special. I'm telling you right now, and this is pre Dr. J, this is pre Michael Jordan. This is when the league was in a place that people were legit just going up, shooting jumpers and whatnot. Clyde Frazier was that dude for me that took things to the next level. And then what was more impressive is when Earl the Pearl came to play with the Knicks, because Walt and Earl the Pearl used to have epic battles going against each other, epic battles. But when Pearl came to New York, the first thing they said was, "Hey, both of y'all need the ball in your hands, so y'all can't play together." Oh, they proved them wrong. That was a beautiful thing to see. But my guys Walt Clyde Frazier. That's my dude. That's my man.
There's something that Uncle Freezy once said that I have never seen the 1970 New York Knicks play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Freezy said that was probably the most beautiful basketball that's ever been played.
I agree.
In my lifetime, and maybe it's a little bit unfair, it might be unfair to say, I once saw a collection of all-time greats play together in a 1992 Dream Team.
Okay.
To me, I don't know how something can be more beautiful than the way they played. Because you would think with that collection of stars, and I'm sure egos, it wouldn't have worked. Because they didn't just do it offensively. It was also defensively. They were legit blowing people out by 40 each and every game. And it was a beautiful thing to see. The fact that they could all these, they were all superstars in their own right, come together and put all of that aside and play this brand of basketball that, to me personally, I think can never, ever, ever be duplicated. Like, to me, the 92 Dream Team, again, this is talking about 11 Hall of Fame players. Some of the greatest players ever to do it. What they did is, like I said, I don't know how anything you could say something was more beautiful than what they did, because it was just, how each and every player brought a certain harmony to the basketball court to form this masterpiece. And that's what it was. Like, there's no other word to say that. And that's why someone has said that I can't remember who it was. Because I said that Patrick Ewing, because I was comparing Patrick Ewing to David Robinson. And I had said Patrick Ewing was the starting center on the Dream Team. Because I think that Patrick Ewing is better than David Robinson. I was like, if David Robinson is better, you get the greatest players of all time on one team. Mm-hmm. Patrick Ewing was the starting center of that team. And someone said, well, you think that's because, Jordan was friends with Pat. And he probably was like, yo, get Pat to start. And I said, there's few coaches on this planet that I think Michael Jordan had the utmost respect to. I think Phil Jackson was one.
Yeah.
I think I can't believe Dean Smith was one.
Yep.
And I think Chuck Daly is probably another one who.
Yeah, I agree.
Michael Jordan had the utmost respect for. So I don't think Michael Jordan is going to go up to Chuck Daly and be like, yo, I want Pat to start. And Chuck Daly, oh, okay, Mike. I don't think Michael Jordan would have stepped out of line to Chuck Daly to do that. So
I believe this. I believe that a coach would be smart enough to understand who a Michael Jordan type personality is. If I am not coaching Michael Jordan every day, then I don't have the luxury of being in his head and building that camaraderie. For a coach to go into an Olympic team, the dream team, and coach all these personalities together, you have to be able to do the give and take, right? So you have to sit down with these guys and say, listen, I understand all y'all are superstars, but we have a common goal here, and it's to win games, right? So in my mind, as the head coach, this is what I need to do to win games. So let's first establish who is going to be the starting five. That's the first thing we need to talk about. And I'm not going to sit here and say, well, Kev's going to start, this person's going to start, that person's going to start, and that's going to be it. That's not how you build camaraderie, how you build a team. There needs to be a consensus of the people in the room to say, okay, I'm willing to accept this role, right? I agree with you from this aspect. Michael Jordan, or that type of personality, would not accept mediocre coaching. You're not finna just grab somebody and bring them in here and say, I'm the head coach of the Olympic team and think it's going to be all good. We're not finna have that because I'm not finna play.
I don't think it's just Michael Jordan because I don't think Barkley would have did that.
Yeah,
Magic.
So, when you watch that documentary they have out there for the Dream Team, right? When you watch the documentary, during that time frame is when Michael Jordan was given the I guess the torch was passed from Magic and Bird to Jordan, because in practice, as these guys are going against each other, hey, this dude right here, he's something else, right? Yeah. And they legit came and told him, hey, dude, hey, it's your show now. We have come to grips that we are no longer relevant in this era. We gonna ride up to the sunset.
I think it took Magic a little bit more coaxing to come to that. I don't think Magic gave that up easy.
I agree, and you talk about alpha males, right? When you got that alpha male personality, it takes some doing for someone. And I'm sure there were a couple conversations say, hey, look, Magic, check this out, man. You had your chance, Showtime, Lakers, all that. You, Kareem, Worthy, all them boys, y'all did your thing. You got the championships. But this kid right here, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, dude, he is not going into place. And I'm telling you right now, this is not a problem you want to have. So my advice to you would be, pass the torch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it went down, but I just know this. The Dream Team, how that all came to fruition, You got to look back at the Showtime Lakers. You got to look back at the teams that the Boston Celtics had organized with Bill Russell and those guys, and you got to look at the Knicks. Those teams were the originators of what we're looking at when we talk about super teams right now. They didn't call them super teams back then. They just said that people don't have to draft. That's what they said. Oh, you know how to draft, you know how to work free agency. You know how to go ahead and orchestrate this thing to get the ABA and the NBA together so you can bring those teams together so I can then get those players and play on this team right here. Dr. J. When Dr. J, when Philadelphia played against the Lakers and swept them for the championship, man, Philadelphia went crazy. Went absolutely bonkers. And people didn't think that would happen. They didn't just believe it.
I do have one question to kind of go back on it. Do you think that any other coach at that time could have gotten the same result that Chuck Daly did from the 92 Dream Team?
Yeah. It wasn't a lot of them, but yeah, there were a couple out there that could have gotten the same result. But it's all about, to me, it's all about respect.
So the only one I could probably think of in 92, the only one I could probably think of is probably Pat Riley. But I think Pat Riley had too big of an ego himself. Because when I look back, it's like Chuck Daly didn't make it about him.
He didn't. It was about the players. And that's the most important part.
I remember watching, what stuck out to me about Chuck Daly is I'm watching the documentary, is when they had that practice against like the college kids.
Mm-hmm.
And technically the college kids beat the Dream Team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you go back into the story, it's not the fact that they beat them, it's the fact that Chuck Daly called the game with them up.
That's a fact.
To prove a point.
And it worked.
If y'all think that y'all can just go out there because the name is on the back of y'all jerseys.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no. Like, if y'all don't play together and for each other, this is not going to work the way y'all think that it's going to work.
Yep, I agree.
And I don't know if Pat Riley would have done that.
I wouldn't have went with Pat Riley. You know who I would have wanted to coach that team if it wasn't Chuck Daly? Dean Smith.
Dean was a little old
at that point. This he was, but this is why I say Dean Smith, right? So Dean Smith's entire career was focused around a system. So I got all these great individuals, right, coming to play this game. So I can't lose at all. So anytime if I go to my bench, I still got 5 all-stars coming off the bench playing in this system right here. I can't lose. I can't. And my system is proven because I won championship after championship after championship. I have. That's a proven fact. But, I think that at the time, the way that things went, for whatever reason, they wanted an NBA coach to come in and play, which is they did what they did. But remember when what's my man's name? Duke's coach, Krzyzewski, came in. He was a coach of one of those teams, right? So it just depends. And I guess it's all about, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say camaraderie, but the acceptance of people understanding and accepting what the coaching philosophy is and getting that buy-in and being able to go forth, put your ego aside and say, okay, we're here to do one thing. That's win a gold medal, period. So if I got to come off the bench, I'm willing to do that because I understand, who's there before me. So,
Do you also believe that Isaiah was snubbed?
Yeah, absolutely he was. Absolutely he was. He was. And
here's the thing. if you put Isaiah Thomas on that team, who exactly are you taking off? I mean, I know the logical thing is probably say it's Stockton.
That's what most people would say. But
we're talking about one of the greatest point guards of all time in Johnson, respectively.
Yeah.
If you think statistically speaking, he is the greatest point guard of all time.
I agree. But I think about that. That it's funny that you say that, right? Because I think about it like this. I look at it more so from a lens of who was a better fit as far as not causing distinction in the ranks. Because if you bring Isaiah Thomas in there and you got ill feelings with people that's on the team, that camaraderie and that cohesion is not going to be there. Because when you're out there on the court, if I got something against Hoodie Kev and Hoodie Kev is the forward and I'm the punt guard, guess what? Hoodie Kev ain't getting the ball ever. I don't care if he's wide open. I'm about to take a bad shot. You know what I'm saying? But if I think that the personalities that were on that team, it was important for them to be able to kind of mesh and gel together so that, they're working towards a common goal. So if you insert an Isaiah Thomas into that fold, so more than one person on that team had some kind of beef with Isaiah for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I wasn't there, don't know, but I'm telling you right now, if more than one person on that team has a beef with somebody that you about to bring in, you about to disrupt the whole chemistry of that team. And when you disrupt the chemistry, you're not going to be successful.
The one thing I've always kind of argued against that is the fact that Isaiah's coach was the head coach of that team.
He was, yep.
And so it's kind of like, why would Chuck Daly? Because I'm pretty sure, who was it? Colangelo put together that team. Was it Brian Colangelo?
Which one?
They put together the dream team. Was it Brian Colangelo?
Oh, I don't know.
I think Chuck Daly was. I think they went to Chuck like, "Yo, Chuck, you know Isaiah is a finalist.
Yep.
I know he's your guy.
Mm-hmm. But
What
he
do
ain't
you
playing.
think?"
I don't even think they asked Chuck, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think that when the dream team was selected and organized, those names were already solidified. That was above Chuck Daly's pay grade, honestly. What they told Chuck Daly is these are the people that you are about to get, and it's your job to coach them. Period. You don't get to choose who we selecting or who's coming. That's not your job. That's a GM's job. So the GM literally told Chuck Daly, "This is who we're gonna put in your team. Your job is to coach them. If you can handle it, it's your job to have. If you can't, let me know, and I hire somebody else." That's how that went. Chuck did not have a say in who was going to be on that team. The only thing Chuck had to say in is how he's going to run the team. That's it. Point blank, period.
Hold on, quick. Thank you, Ron, man, for the $4.99 super chat. The Knicks got out coached and outplayed. I heard a lot of people about the altitude in Denver. That was also a part of it. Also, the Knicks played soft.
Yo, my man, that's my dude. That's my man. 50 grand and all. Salute, Cap Ron. I'm surprised you're still up at this
That's
hour.
what I'm about to say. Keep going up, Ron.
I'm surprised you're still up at this hour, but it's good to see you, brother. Just so you know, people have been inquiring about you. I let them know that you were doing okay. I didn't divulge anything other than that. Just said that there were some things that you had going on, but you're good. I leave that to you to divulge. When you're ready to talk. But again, anything you need, just reach out. Let the Knicks family know, and we got your back, my brother.
What was I about to say? I was about to say something. I can't remember.
You know why you can't remember?
Because it's 4:00 in the morning.
It's 4:00 in the morning. Don't tell me
3:59 a.m.
God damn! I got to get up early. Oh, I said it on. Woo. Good Lord.
And you asking Ron why he up early?
Look, he probably done been to sleep and got up. It's time for him to get up to start his day. I ain't been to sleep yet.
Luckily for me, I can sleep in a little bit. Ain't nobody cutting no grass at 9:00 in the morning around here.
Not you in a suite. You probably on like the fifth floor. How many floors in the
I
hotel?
actually am on the 5th floor, but this building has 9 stories.
Oh, so you in the middle. You're in
I'm
the
in the middle.
So
That's because the room type that I wanted. This is like the only one they had.
Gotcha. I
Was
got
on like the 5th floor.
But Kev, still, and I understand when I book a hotel, there are certain things, certain amenities that are non-starters, right? So if I can't get this, I'm not taking this room, and I'm not staying, excuse me, in your hotel. So you got to be able to provide me what I'm about to pay for. So when you tell me, if I tell you I want a king suite with the shower, I need the separate bedroom, living room, kitchenette, all that. That's what I want, right? And you can't tell me if you tell me I can't have what I want. Guess what? I'm going someplace else. So I understand exactly what you're saying.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry because I just saw this in the chat and I apologize.
Go ahead.
This is not about hating or anything else.
Go
Say
ahead.
for real. Thank you for the $14.99 super chat. He said, salute to my guy, Hoodie Kev, the Sarge, Freezy, and my chat family showing your love. I did not mean to overlook that. I wasn't in the chat when that was posted. I'm not used to moderating. This is like, as Freezy says, you got your point guard and you got your scorer.
Right.
I am the scorer. I'm not
You're not
trying
the
to facilitate.
You're not a point guard.
Okay, I'm trying to score.
Okay.
So you got to excuse me. Derek Harper's on the bench, and you got me out here trying to run point. I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah, that was $14.99. I see it.
Yeah, so
good and orange. And Brian did say that. I just saw his reply. He said, "A lot of love. I did go to sleep and just woke up." I figured that. I figured that was what was going on. For real.
But I don't know where Freezy at. Anyway, it's 4:00. But yeah, so yeah, I love the Dream Team. I love the Dream Team.
I think the Dream Team was a product of the NBA wanting to see if you put all these talented people together on one team, could they perform realistically? I think that's what it was all about, right? And I think if you think back when the Dream Team was formed, how soon after that was it when legit NBA teams started to try to form their own super teams? Calling, when players start talking about, you're at the All-Star game, hey Kev, check this out, man. I know you got a bad deal with the team you're on right now, right? I think if you come over here and run with us and we're gonna get said person and said person, I think we could run for a championship. You know what I'm saying? And I can go to the front office and holler at them based on what your contract is right now. You won't have to take a pay cut. And we could probably put some incentives in there, allowing you to earn some extra money. What you think? You know what I'm saying? That's when those conversations happen. I think that the Dream Team was a proving ground to say you can take a bunch of superstars, put them on the same team under one coach, playing for a common goal, and everybody be successful. I truly believe that's where the super team mentality came from.
There was this debate. I don't even know why it's even a debate. When they had the Redeem team in 2008.
Yeah.
Like, the Redeem team could beat the Dream team. And I'm like, you do know that everybody on that team is in the Hall of Fame, right? They not the Hall of Good. They are in the Hall of Fame. Legit thing about this. Each 11 of the 12 players were voted on the 50 greatest players of all time list.
Yep. Facts. That's facts.
And you think now I know there's like, but they got LeBron and Kobe and Melo and Wade and Kidd. I'm like, oh, that's an impressive list.
It is.
That's great. But I said it. They starting center, Dwight Howard,
Mm-hmm.
was taught
By who?
his personal big man coach
Mm-hmm.
was taught by the starting center on the Olympic Dream Team, the Dream Team.
You know, I hate to get into the debates or conversations about who's better, the Redeem Team, the Dream Team, or whatever the case would be. But this is what you got to realize, right? If you legit put these guys in an arena in both their primes, right, and they go head to head, who do you think will win?
That's not even close. They
I know,
back up big man was Carlos Boozer compared to Karl Malone.
dude. Look, I agree. I agree.
What?
And you know what?
Is
I
you
hate.
taking David Robinson or you taking Chris Bosh? Like if I really legit went down this line, it'll get more and more ridiculous.
It would, and we're not even gonna do
Like
that.
you taking Michael Redd or Clyde Drexler? Like
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you 110%, right? But this is what I don't think people understand, and this is how we go full circle, right? Because your original question was, your original statement was, I was not alive and I didn't see these guys play in their.
oh no, I was alive in '92.
No,
I saw
no.
that.
I'm talking about the 70s. We're talking about the
Oh,
70s moving forward, right? Because that matters. That's the foundation of where we came from and then where we're going. So unless you legit, so you can't watch YouTube and tell me how great Clyde Drexler was, or Bill Russell, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or Magic Johnson. If you want to live to see that with your eye test, you're missing out. So what I would tell you is this: leave it at this. I don't want there to be a debate. People have their favorite players. People have their favorite eras, just depending on when you grew up. It's that simple. So what I'm telling you is this: everyone had a role to play during the time that they played basketball. Let that be. Let them be great in their era and leave it alone. You don't need to compare a LeBron to a Michael Jordan. You don't need to do that. Different eras. There were different rules. The game was played different. So why can't they be why can't Hoodie Kev and City for Real both be great in their own right? Why does one have to be valued over the other? Why?
Listen, that's what people do, I guess. I think they need to. It's kind of like they need to see it's more of a validation kind of thing, an era thing. Like I'm caught in between because, like I said, I saw the 08 team and the Dream Team,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more like hype. It's more like being in the moment.
Yeah.
Like you're in the moment, and you're like, this team is playing beautiful basketball. They're sharing. They're doing this. They're all great. It's cohesion.
Yep.
And it's like, but you sometimes, and I say this often, you sometimes have to step back and look at it from perspective. The best player on the Redeem Team is Kobe Bryant.
Yep. I agree.
Kobe Bryant is a mirror image, literally copied everything from the best player on the Dream Team. I'd rather have the original version than the copy.
I agree. I agree. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather take Scottie Pippen over Tayshaun Prince. Like I said, when you go down the names and you put them side by side, and you're like, you can't name. If I put each name by position side by side, there's nobody you would take on the Redeem Team over their counterpart on the Dream Team.
I agree, but I can see at the same time when someone that has never seen a Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen play, that they are more apt to kind of go with what they've seen with their own eyes. Right?
This is how great they were. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen And they say they have much love. Croatia was one of the top competitors of the national team. Croatia's best player was Toni Kukoc at the time.
Yep.
Who ended up being a future teammate of Scotty and Mike.
Yeah.
And you ask Scotty and Mike, they both love Toni Kukoc. I legit saw them make Toni Kukoc a grown man cry. They legit had Toni Kukoc in tears trying to figure out what he did to make them play the type of defense they were both playing on him. Now, yes, it was a little bit personal for Scotty and Mike.
Yeah, it was.
It's a little bit personal.
They put him through the ringer during the Olympic Games. He got messed up a whole bunch.
And the thing is, that was legit defense. They weren't fouling him. They weren't, they were a little aggressive.
A little. A little.
But it was all in the rules. Like like I said, they weren't fouling him. They weren't hacking him or anything like that. They just, when they say that you're legit guarding somebody 94 feet, even when you don't have the ball, we own you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people say, "Oh, you gonna work for what you gonna get?" No, they made sure Toni Kukoc was gonna go into overtime working for everything he got.
They was about to make Toni Kukoc retire from basketball altogether. That was their goal.
I remember Toni Kukoc. There was a documentary. Toni Kukoc was like, "I don't know what I did. Like,
exactly.
Why are they playing me like this?"
Exactly.
You don't even see that type of defense in today's game.
And think about who was defending you. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
They like legit took turns.
Oh,
they went to Chuck. They're like, nobody else is guarding Kukoc. We got this.
Look, tag your head.
Drexler, you over there. Don't come over here, Clyde. Don't come over here.
Oh,
I don't need you over here, Chris Mullin.
That was crazy.
We got this.
That was crazy. But that's what happens when you get legit, basketball minds together on one plane and they're working towards one common goal. That's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. What is Samuel Jackson's beer? I'm missing something. I am missing something right now. I don't know. Chris Chang. Somebody tell me, what is Samuel Jackson's beer?
Why is that even a thing? What are they talking about?
I've been missing the chat. I've been talking to you, so I don't know what's going on in the chat right now. I feel lost. That's who he sounds like. Are you saying that Hoodie Kev sounds like Samuel Jackson? Is that what's going on right now? Watch this. Hold on. Watch what happens. You sound like who? Who sounds like who? Who sounds like Samuel Jackson? Because I'm thinking that's what I'm getting from the chat.
They're saying that. I guess they're saying that I sounded like. Okay, so back in, I don't know. Have you ever seen the Chappelle Show?
Yes. Close your eyes. He said, "Close your eyes, G-Man, and let Kev talk."
In the Chappelle Show, they had a skit, right, where he was like Samuel. You know the beer is Samuel. What is it? Is it Samuel? No, it's Samuel Adams.
Okay.
You know the beer is Samuel Adams.
Yeah, Sam Adams beer. Yeah.
So they had a skit, beer for black people, and called it Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. That's exactly what they said.
Where he was like, cause Sam Adams is like that, 1800 colonial whatever. So he had like Samuel Jackson in like an 1800 colonial outfit.
Yeah.
Like, this is my beer. You ever what's the movie? You ever seen Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah.
They ate me.
Yeah.
A shark ate me. Drink my beer. And then, why are you talking like? Why are you yelling? This is just how I talk.
Yo,
have you seen my movies?
Yo,
Juice, Deep Blue Sea. They ate me. So yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying like I was sounding like Samuel L.
You
Jackson.
sound like Samuel. That makes sense now. That makes perfect sense to me now.
It's a skit on Dave Chappelle. It was very funny back in the day. I didn't know I was giving off Samuel L. Jackson beer vibes. Apparently,
that's what the chat's saying. The chat is alive and well. He said, "Yo, Kev is Hollywood bound." Boy.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, everybody.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Man.
Kev, G-Man, and
I'm trying to call Uncle Freezy, see what's.
Be good, man. Ron, we love you, brother. Kev, you muted. I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, I'm saying I'm trying to call Uncle Freezy to see what's going on. Because I hate leaving a chat when it's still going and ain't nothing going on.
Hey, City, I'm gonna need you to come back up on the panel, brother. And regulate, because it is 4:16 a.m. and I gotta get up in 2 hours and go to work. 2 hours.
Because what's going to happen is we just, like I said, just got to leave, and it'll just keep going. It'll keep running. Going.
Yep.
But I think it'll eventually shut, because I think Freezy has to.
He got a kill switch on.
Like the live chat will still be going.
Yo, Elvis said, G-Man sleep time. Yo, Elvis, I'm an old man, right? I'm over 50 years old. So there's a certain amount of sleep that I must get for me to be functional the next day. And we're already the next day. So yes, I need some sleep. I need sleep. I need some sleep, okay? Not sleep, I need sleep. And if you don't know what sleep is, I can explain it to you, but I need sleep.
Let me go ahead. I'll just text him. I guess we can just head off, and I'll just text Freezy. Hopefully he'll get it and be like, okay.
Hey, yo, chat. Tell me before we sign off, right? Who do you think? Give me your opinion on what we're doing on Friday when we go to Phoenix. You think we win or we lose? I don't want scores. You put a W in the chat if you think we win, or put a okay super chat. Donald Cannon, $5 super chat. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Just want to say I'm driving in you guys, and you guys are helping me out. Thanks. Hey, Donald Canyon, first and foremost, right? Thank you for the $5 super chat. But more importantly, if you're feeling tired or you're feeling like you're dozing off, I'm gonna need for you to pull over and get you some rest. Get you some sleep.
I'm gonna start charging for my comedy.
get you some sleep, and then get up and continue your journey, because we want you to arrive safe, right?
Drive safely. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely, that's the most important thing we got going on right now. But back to my original. Hey, put it in the chat. I need a W if you think we're gonna win, or N if you think we're not. I need to see where we at in the chat family right now. Let me know.
I don't know. I hate to sound like a hater, and I hate to sound like a hater, but I think we're gonna lose
against the Suns after what we just went through tonight.
Yeah, like the Suns ain't go through a loss too. They ain't trying to lose 2 in a row.
I don't care. You're right. They're not, but I don't care about them right now. I don't care what their feelings are right now. And I know they up in their feelings. So first of all, they got to travel back home. They got to go back to Phoenix and sleep in their bed. And that gives us, we got to come down off the Mile High. So what I think what works in our favor is when you come off the mountaintop and you get your win back, you're better for that. So the Knicks are going to be, we're going to be agitated because we lost. And then I think our stamina is going to be up a little bit better because we just came off of, that high elevation. So I feel bad for the Suns.
This is why I think the Suns, and this is where both teams are coming off of bad losses. And they're coming home and we're still on the road. It's the Knicks we don't blow people out. All of our games are pretty close.
Close, yeah, I agree. For the most part, I agree. Yeah.
And because I don't think we're going to blow out the Suns, because mind you, remember the last game, we came out hot against the Suns.
We did. First quarter.
Hot. As hot
Yeah.
as you can get.
Hot as fish grease.
And
then
they tracked us down.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to start off hot again like that. So that's why I feel, because here's the thing, I have no issue with saying a team is better than us.
Right. Me either.
There's plenty of teams better than us.
There is.
Structurally better than us.
Yeah. On paper.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. Like,
no, I agree. You get no argument from me there. I agree.
And so, because I don't think we're going to start off that way, and even if it is close, it's the CP3 factor for me.
Okay, I can respect that too.
But that is like the last game was close, and CP3 took it in his own hands and got 8 straight points. Tough. Some say one of them shots was lucky.
Yep.
Some say whatever. He still got 8 straight points. Tough contested shots. The hardest shots you can probably get and make. He made all 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's what, because like I said, because we don't pull away, because we'll go through spurts, i.e. the third quarter.
Don't get me started about talking about third quarter. Oh my God.
Where that's why I just don't think that when we play against a elite team that we're not going to hang. That's why I don't think we're going to beat the Suns.
You think we'll lose that game?
Yes. If we win, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'll be, whoo.
I got you.
But if you were to put a gun in my head and say, are we going to win or lose?
You take the L.
I just think like we don't match up well with them.
So in certain aspects of your argument, I would agree, right? I would agree that we definitely don't play well in the third quarter. That's been documented over the course of this season. But I think that our matchup, we match up better with the Suns than we did against the Nuggets.
Yes.
I think that this team will have a chip on their shoulders and feel like they have something to prove. I also agree with you that we will not get off on a fast start in the first half of the game for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. I think well, I'm not going to get into what I think and why that is, but whatever the rotation is that Tibbs puts in the game, I have to believe that he has, thought about all aspects of what could potentially be.
I blame Reggie Bullock myself.
Leave Reggie Bullock alone. Leave Mr.
No,
R&B
I legit have empirical data of why I think it's Reggie Bullock's fault.
What kind of data you got, Kev?
Empirical data.
Empirical.
Yes.
Okay.
Data.
Okay, go ahead.
Why I thoroughly believe it's Reggie Bullock's fault.
Okay. Which are you talking about, the loss that we had against?
No. Why we struggled in the third quarter?
Okay, go ahead.
I squarely blame it on
Reggie Bullock. Okay, go ahead. Let me know.
I'll just ask you this: when was the last time you saw Reggie? Now you can go back. I don't know if you record the games.
I go back and watch them on demand. I got them all on demand.
When was the last time you saw Reggie Bullock score in the third quarter?
Tonight? Yesterday? I mean, this is another day. So yesterday.
And if you go back and look, Reggie Bullock, because Reggie Bullock will get the majority of his points when?
The first half and the fourth quarter.
In the first quarter. That's when the starting five is back out there, and they'll run plays for Reggie Bullock to get off, and that's when he'll get the bulk of his points is in the first quarter.
Okay.
And then substitutions and rotations play out, blah, blah, blah. But then the third quarter is primarily like the start of the game again.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is Reggie Bullock doesn't come out in the third quarter like he does in the first quarter. Never does he. And so we're not getting we're not getting the same offensive output we're getting in the beginning of the game from this one position when the game is basically starting over in the third quarter.
So are you saying that we need to sub somebody for Reggie, or other people need to pick up their offensive production during the third quarter?
I would say and I don't know if we're, like I said, it's design plays. If you look at the game, beginning of the game, it's always Reggie and Julius had that
Give and take.
Give and take kind of like they'll play off each other in the first. It's like design plays where they had that curl where Julius has the ball in the wing and Reggie come curl and take the shot. He usually makes it.
Right.
So they're design plays to get you out, start the game off.
Mm-hmm.
But in the third quarter, they don't run those same plays for Reggie. Like, and everyone thinks I'm a Knox, so this is all about Kevin Knox, right? But if Kevin Knox can't create his own shot, neither can Reggie Bullock.
Okay,
Reggie Bullock cannot create his own shot.
With that, I would agree. He does best when he's coming off a screen and he's got a ball.
So because you're not running the same plays to get Reggie off, Reggie Bullock's not scoring.
So let me ask you this. And that's a very valid point that you have. But would it also be fair to say that if our point guard, Mr. Alfred Payton, is not creating a situation to where Reggie Bullock is freed up to get in those situations that he had in the first half, then what?
It's not on Reggie Bullock because Reggie Bullock is not this team's lead facilitator.
So you're saying Julius Randle. So once again, my question would be, the person that's on the floor at that point, because right now, as far as I know, Julius Randle is not playing a point forward position, although he has a great impact on where the ball goes when it comes up the floor. But we have a point guard on the floor. So that point guard's job is to be able to orchestrate the defense, right? The offense. So when you're coming up the court, your job is to facilitate where the ball goes to give us the best chance to score the ball. So whose fault is it really that when we come out in the third quarter, we're flat? Because I don't remember a time, unless Mr. Payton was injured, that he didn't start in the third quarter. I'm just saying. And to me, that's a big, one of those. What are you eating, Kev? What are you eating? What is that you put in your mouth right now? What is that?
Chicken Alfredo.
You are eating chicken Alfredo with your fingers. I'm gonna need for you to get a fork and stop licking your fingers.
I'm really just picking the chicken.
I'm gonna need for you to get the Alfredo.
I don't have a nanny here to go to summon to get me a fork. Contrary to popular belief, I can't ring a little bell and be like, excuse me, fork please. It's not happening.
But I think I've been thinking a lot about our third quarter woes throughout the course of the season. And I've come to the realization that, as we've always said, for this season, we need a legit point guard to come out and orchestrate the offense. I don't want to start Derrick Rose, so I don't want to put that misnomer out there. I don't want to start that narrative, but we need someone with a Derrick Rose type pass first mentality to be that point guard. Now,
does Derrick Rose have a pass first mentality though?
He does when he needs to. Derrick Rose is a chameleon. So whatever the situation of the game needs to be, He can orchestrate that. If he feels like he needs to shoot, he'll shoot. If it feels like he needs to pick the pace up and go into transition, he does that as well. Or if he feels like he needs to have a pass first mentality, he does that. What my thing is this: I need someone on the floor in the first half. Now, before I get to there, let me go here. I don't want anybody for 1 second to think that I'm going to minimize the benefit of having Alfred Payton on the floor during the first half or when he's in the game. We all can crucify Mr. Payton every day, all day, and be legit, you know, in our takes on what he did or did not do. But the same energy that you bring when Alfred Payton has turnovers, when he misses a layup, when he's driving to the basket, when he makes an errant foul. I need you to have that same energy when he actually drives in the lane and makes a layup, or he steals the ball, he pokes the ball out of somebody and creates a fast break opportunity, right? So, yeah, and you have to kind of be able to discern, the positives and the negatives. I say his negatives outweigh his positives, which is why I need someone else in that position to be able to facilitate what's going on in the game. If you're this is how I evaluate things, right? If your starting point guard is not finishing at the end of the game, there's a problem. He's a starter for a reason. But if he's not finishing the game, we got a problem. You can't drive to the basket and miss layup after layup after layup and think that it's okay. But you're still starting. Why? I don't know what Tibbs sees in Peyton. I don't know what that relationship is. If it were me, Peyton would be fired on his day off. He would legit get a text message and say, "Hey, listen, I don't need you to come back into the shop. We already cleaned out your locker. I got a box. A courier's bringing your stuff to your house. I just need for you to bring me back. Send me back. When the courier gets there, give him the iPad, the playbook, and all the rest of the equipment that you got at home. Send it back to the facility, and we good. Thank you for your contribution. God bless and good night." That's what I would tell Alfred Payton. That would be me. But I mean, I got a little bit more chutzpah with me. I'm not emotionally connected to Alfred Payton. I'm looking at his output. And anytime, who lets somebody still play in the game after you miss 5 layups in a row? Who does that?
Tom Thibodeau.
That's what happened tonight. I'm just saying.
I'm not one to knock on Alfred Payton. I think Alfred Payton is public enemy number one.
He is. Look, I'm gonna tell you the common thing, and we all have our favorite players, right? My guy's Obi. Your guy, of course, is Kevin Knox. Not Hoodie Kev, but Cornerstone Kev's guy is Frank Ntilikina.
Depends on what day it is.
Yeah, depends on when you ask him.
Because
But
he'll give up on Frank.
I would tell you this. I'll tell you this.
Frank who? Who is that? You Frank play 5 minutes. See that, my boy Frank? Look at him.
But the universal guy that the average New York Knicks fan would tell you they don't want to see back on this roster next year is Alfred Payton.
I think Alfred Payton doesn't want to be back on this team next year. I legit think that Alfred Payton has let the fans and the media get in his head. Because I've never seen a player in post-game interviews acknowledge the fans.
Right. Well, I think that Judge Randall did it when he said, "New York, we're back."
Oh no! When they say acknowledge him, like, "Oh, see the fans, see what you did tonight." Alfred Payton literally listens to the chatter.
I got you.
He hears the boos. What happened? What saved Alfred Payton a lot is the fact that there was no fans in the Garden or anywhere.
That makes sense.
And not saying that his play, deteriorated or anything. It's just mentally he's just not there. Like he doesn't. I don't think he wants to be in New York.
Well, I would agree with that because if you watch his body language in the first half of the season when he used to come out of the game, he should go to the very end of the bench. He would not even socialize or associate with the
No.
team. The
You see
rest
them in
of
like timeouts and everything. You see the team huddle. Elfrid
yeah,
Payton is not there.
no, no, he's not. And it's been reported that at some point coaches had to go actually get him to have him come back into the huddle so he understand what's going on, just in case he got to go back in the game.
That's what I said. Elfrid, if there's one player I know for a fact won't be here next year,
Oh, it's Alfred
Elfrid
Payton.
Payton.
Yeah, I agree.
And not because Elfrid Payton's played poorly or anything. I think he's done.
Yeah,
He's done with being in New York. Not being a Knick, but being in New York.
yeah, yeah. I agree, and I think it has a lot to do with just kind of think about this for a minute, right? Think about the way that his being on this team came to fruition. So first of all, last season, what we did is he was a free agent. So we put his contract out there and said, hey, anybody that want Mr. Payton, hey, we taking offers, right? So nobody came nobody came knocking on the door and said, hey, let me get Mr. Payton. So then what we said was, okay, I really don't have a starting point guard right now. You might not be the guy that I need, but you're serviceable. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get you. We're gonna give you a new contract based on you being a free agent. Nobody picked you up or whatever the case may be. And now, in this contract, because the CBA defines it, you get a no trade clause and all this other stuff that goes into this type of contract. And that's what he's living with. So after that, what is there? He, I don't have you here because I want you. I have you here out of necessity because I have no other options right now. Now, as options present themselves, then your playing time and anything else that's going on right now will be diminished, and it's that simple.
Yeah. So I mean, I wish him well wherever his next stop is.
Yeah.
And I was joking. It's like Knox's not going to be. The one thing I know about this is, as long as Scott Perry is the general manager
Mm-hmm.
of the New York Knicks, I know Kevin Knox will be on his roster because Scott Perry loves his draft picks.
He does.
He loves his draft picks.
He does.
Scott Perry's first draft pick as general manager of the New York Knicks
Was who?
was Kevin Knox II.
Okay. So this is what I would tell you about two individuals, right? Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina. Those two right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I believe this season right here, what they have been doing with those two is trying to unteach the bad coaching that they had prior to the coaching staff we have in the building right now. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing they did with RJ when he got bad.
The thing about what RJ was separates them is RJ wasn't RJ wasn't exposed that much to David Fisdale.
He wasn't. Thank God.
Like Frank and Knox.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to.
But Knox probably got it. I think Knox got it worse than Frank because Knox was a draft pick when David Fisdale first got here, so he was like the golden child.
Yep.
And the thing is, as we all can agree, that David Fisdale had no idea what he was doing.
I agree, 100%.
And I've said this a couple of times: is if you go back to the offseason where the Knicks drafted RJ Barrett, and Knox was going into his second season, and you listen to Kevin Knox, in Kevin Knox's mind, he was coming in as a starter. He had a good season. He was ascending. He was the golden child of New York. Had accolades, made the second team All NBA rookie team, rookie of the month, played in the Rising Stars game. Kevin Knox was living a dream. what I think hurt Kevin Knox the most is, and I don't know, I wasn't there, but I can just, because you listen to Kevin Knox talk, he had no idea they were going to, I don't say the front office. Kevin Knox had no idea they were going to bring in like Mook Morris and Bobby Porter and have them play in front of him.
Right.
I don't think David Fisdale sat down with Kevin Knox and said, "This is what I want you to work on."
He didn't.
To come back and get better.
He did.
There was never that conversation that Kevin Knox did anything wrong from David Fisdale. And that's what hurt Kevin Knox. Because as a 19-year-old kid, again, second team all rookie of the month, Rising Stars game. Why would I think I did anything wrong? Like, why do I think if I did anything wrong if you aren't telling me I did anything wrong?
And you know, I think that to your point, from a 19-year-old's perspective, I'm doing what my coach tells me to do, right? So whatever my coach tells me to focus on, that's what I'm gonna focus on. Whatever area or whatever improvement that the coach says I need to do, that's what I'm gonna focus on. And that's all well and good if you got good coaching, but when you got bad coaching, it's gonna send you off to a path to nowhere. And you can't if you all over here doing your thing, if we go fishing, right? And this group over here, only thing we know we're going fishing. Everybody gets their stuff together. But the groups don't talk. This group over here is fishing for trout. This group over here is fishing for grouper, right? But we think when we're all on the same boat, we're fishing for the same thing. That's confusing. That's where Kevin Knox is right now. He's just confused. Him and Frank Ntilikina, both of them, they're both confused right now.
I think like I said, what saved RJ is that Tom Thibodeau came in his second season.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much damage done to RJ.
Yeah.
Had Tom Thibodeau came in after Knox's rookie season, if you put Knox's rookie season and then you bring in Tom Thibodeau,
right,
we would see a different Kevin Knox today.
I agree. I mean, I would, and you know, a lot of people give you crap about your take on Mr. Knox, but this is what I truly believe, right? I truly believe that these guys, Frank and Knox, both have not had proper development the whole time they've been on the Knicks squad, and that's the only reason they're still here right now. Because I think that the coaching staff that we have right now and the front office realizes that, and they're saying before we cut bait on these guys and send them someplace else, and then have them come back in this building playing for another team and torch us to no end, then you know there's something there. So what they're trying to do right now is trying to get them level set to say, okay, well, this is what we need to give these guys. We give them the opportunity to succeed. If you can succeed, fine. If you can't, then